No cold open this week.
Look at how professional you are. You go, girl.
Trying to do what I can. And this is more because I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning last week. Okay, here I go. Two seconds. Be quiet. Fuck. Actually, hold on 1 second. Why the fuck is the Discord beeping? I'm fuming. I'm in a mood today.
Calm down. I wish I was there. I wish I was there
to.
I wish I was there to rub your shoulders right now. Calm down. Deep breaths.
I appreciate that. Why is Discord?
You let the Discord notifications? I keep my shit on Do Not Disturb 24/7 just so that the Discord never notifies me about anything.
I feel like I've done that countless times, but I keep getting pinged constantly about it. It's just every time. It's Simon this, Simon that. Oh God, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, all right. Welcome to Violent People Radio. My name is
Orchid. Is there a spider monkey running around your house right now? What is that noise in the background?
I got a fan on. You want me to turn off the fan?
No. There was something else.
Fuck, I forgot about that. What a week I've had. Yeah, we'll get to that. All right, let's try this. Let's try this intro again one more time.
We've been doing it. We're in.
Fuck! Fuck! I'm gonna kill you all.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station. Violent People Radio.
Welcome to Violent People Radio. My name is Sam Damasio. No, I'm Orchid.
I'm Bill Damasio.
And I'm very happy to be here. I couldn't be happier. This is the happiest I've been in my entire life. I am joined, as always, by the hottest man, the sexiest man, the sweatiest man in the suburbs of Boston, Massachusetts. Pat, how are you doing today?
I'm in the city proper. I'm not in a suburb.
Oh, really? I always thought you were in, Dorchester or something like that.
Well, Dorchester is still within Boston.
Oh, I don't understand what goes on in that town.
You don't need
Is that just a neighborhood in Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway, hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right. Great. Glad to
I'm
hear.
pretty sunburned.
Do you not wear sunscreen? Do you wear sunscreen?
No, I wear sunscreen. It's just that my DNA is pretty much exclusively Irish and Swedish and English. So I should basically not be going out during daylight hours.
You're in the perfect profession then.
I know. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, we all get sunburnt recording wrestling podcasts. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, thank you for joining us. I know it's hot as balls there, and endlessly appreciative of that. Chris cannot join us. He's being the perfect princess he is, and attending the Lilith Fair tonight. Dan might be joining us, and if he does or if he doesn't, he's the biggest C word I have ever met in my entire life. The amount of slurs I'm holding back.
You could use the word. You could say he's a cutie patootie.
He's a fucking. All right, I'm not going to do it because it's almost George Washington's.
Do it.
All right, I'm going to say it. Dan Rice is a honky.
He's a fucking cracker. He's a fucking cracker. All right.
I told the story on here before. Orchid, you always hold me to task when I repeat myself because I never remember what I've said on this podcast versus in a private chat or whatever. I told the thing about the people flipping out on the Wrestling Observer board because I called someone a honky, right?
Yes, yeah, you have told that story.
It's a good story, though.
It is a very good story. Did you get banned for that one?
No, I was a moderator.
Oh shit! Hold on, that just reminds me. I do have to shoot Rovert the link really quick, just in case he wants to join us. He did not respond to my message to replace the recently deceased and non-knowing how to masturbate Dan Rice.
Remember when
in
Sami
case-
Zayn didn't know how to masturbate and he tore both of his rotator cuffs at once?
I do. Yeah. Same thing happened to Dan. That's why he's on the podcast. He tore both of his rotator cuffs trying to learn how to masturbate. He put it in the wrong hole. And now because of that, he has to show a $200,000 house in some West Bumblefuck, West Virginia, wherever he and his stupid, dumb fucking beard live. But anyway, tonight we're joined by the same folks who joined us last week. Nathan, how are you doing today?
Doing all right. I'm hoping that I'm going to weasel my way in new Core 4. And then I can use this for something. I don't know what. Oh, last time AEW was in town, I tried to use my one VPR appearance to get free tickets, and it didn't work. But 4 times on the pod, maybe. So that's the goal.
What you got to do is do what I did at a AAA press conference 2019 and say you're from the Wrestling Observer, which was awkward when I walked in there and Dave Meltzer was about 5 feet away from me. He did let me sit next to him, though. I mean, I had been sending show reports to Dave, so it wasn't a total lie.
I mean, you were colleagues. It would be fucked up if you didn't let you sit next to him.
I will say, Dave was in the tie-dye hoodie, so you knew he was having a good time.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dicks out for Dave.
I love when he looks like he's at a Grateful Dead show.
Doesn't he? Oh, yeah, and speaking of people who were also being joined by, we're joined again by my cousin Vinny, Vin Forte.
Hey, what's going on? How is everyone?
Great. Couldn't be happy. Vin sort of alluded to it earlier, but this week, we were visited by a friend in my house in Jonestown, Texas. It's a bug called a tarantula hawk wasp. I've never seen one. A tarantula hawk wasp is what it's
so
called.
that you just said 3 apex predators in one. Like what?
So what it is it's a wasp that hunts tarantulas and is also known for killing birds. Because of its prowess at hunting, it has gotten the moniker of hawk. So that's why it's called a tarantula hawk.
Holy
wasp.
shit, those things are gigantic.
They're very big. And my wife is scared of spiders. So it was a great Monday evening. A great Monday evening, to say the least. We were standing outside our apartment, our house, our trailer, our double wide, for 2.5 hours. I was calling every pest company in the face of the sun. I'm allergic to bees, so I can't do anything about it. And I don't think it would have been good for her to do it either, considering how elevated her heart rate was from it. Ended up eventually, we told our landlord, and she just sent a guy over who, first off, took his shoes off and socks before walking into our house, and then killed it with his bare hands. It was the sexiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And he was like, it stung me a little bit. I'm okay. And I was reading that people can be hospitalized for weeks apparently for getting stung by that thing. But she's chill. Shouts to Carlos. He really came through.
Beast mode.
That was very big beast mode. Very big beast mode.
It's making me think of how on my postal route for the past week, there have been guys working with a pavement saw without wearing, because they're doing the tiling on a new wall, and they're not wearing any eye protection. They're not wearing any ear protection. And so they're using the loudest fucking device on the planet, blasting concrete dust into their own faces. And I'm just kind of all right, man, these guys are going to regret that when they're 45. But for now,
maybe
they're having
it's
a great
they're
time.
trying to get injured so they can do a lawsuit, maybe?
Maybe.
That's a good idea.
I mean,
that feels like a very Boston sort of thing to do.
I love the game, right?
I think it's more just this contractor company pulled up to the Home Depot and said, who wants to work
Jump
today?
in, yeah.
They should run by my house. I might hop in next time someone offers to do that.
You might hop in.
Yeah, things are.
Yeah, I got to work on some drywall today. Yeah, take a spin on this.
I think that's probably the last thing anybody wants is me working on their drywall. Personally, I don't know. I'm not good at nailing things, let alone working on drywall. Speaking of which, Pat, did you ever hang up your present and get it framed?
Not yet.
Cool. Yeah.
It is tucked aside. The issue is I'm on the third floor. I have slanted walls,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't have a lot of room to hang up anything.
Yeah. No, that
And
makes
that was a
total
big
sense.
print.
It was. I got as big of a size print as humanly possible. What was in my budget at the end of the month? But yeah, I don't hang up a lot of art, but once I got that thing delivered to myself, I was like, yeah, that's like one of the few things that like I bought in the last year and a half that's like actually on my wall. Yeah, I do wonder about that. How everybody else is. Although I hope Dan's sets on fire and burns down his entire house and kills his family. I am just so mad at him, and we'll get into that eventually.
Well,
we're
gonna
gonna get into it right fucking now because I want to know what's going on. No, why we gotta wait? Why?
Oh, because I said so. I'm in fucking charge. That's why.
That's
I love
right. You're in fucking charge. Yeah, do it. Assert
fucking
yourself.
positive.
Do it. Yeah.
Again, I'm asserting myself by saying
Do
we're
it.
gonna wait till the end. He might show up, and if he does, then I'm gonna give him a real piece of my mind about why I'm angry at him. Yeah.
So
Pat, what were
stay
you saying?
tuned.
I was just going to say I have it in a portfolio case right now. It's being kept nice and safe.
Cool. That's sick.
But that's not as exciting as killing Dan's family or whatever, whatever the big top is this week.
I mean,
The
I can kill Dan, but I kind of want his niece to join the pod at some point, so not his entire
true.
family.
Yeah, I mean, if everything
I want
works,
the best for Dan's niece, which involves not watching wrestling.
that's a fair point.
You know, fair enough.
I do want them on the pod, though.
What if Dan's niece comes on and it turns out she's Will Ospreay?
I mean, she is a gymnast, so she very well could, or a cheerleader, or competitive cheerleader, so she very well could be Will Ospreay.
Actually,
There's nothing stopping her.
It's a good point this week. So Will Ospreay is now basically in the Death Riders. How do you feel about that? How does that conflict with your love of Mox?
I'm all right. I mean, that's a dead promotion in the first place. I think that's a good lead into technically what this podcast is supposed to be about, which is professional wrestling. So, Vin, what do you watch this week?
Well, you were fucking there, so you should know. We
good point.
watched TNA Hardcore Justice from 2010, which for those of you who don't remember or know or care what that is basically when WWE ECW was like failing. Tommy Dreamer and a whole bunch of ECW originals went to TNA and basically got on their hands and knees, and Tommy Dreamer begged Dixie Carter, please, Dixie, we were not able to properly represent the spirit of ECW in WWE. Please give us a night so we can show people what this was all about. And they did, and it was called Hardcore Justice. And it was fucking terrible. And they had no rights to anything, so a lot of the people on the show had to change their name and gimmick, and they couldn't say the word ECW. They kept referring to it as that promotion in Philadelphia, that extreme promotion. Taz and Mike Tenay were on commentary. At one point, I showed Orchid a part where they say, okay, we're going to take the mood down a little bit. We're going to take a moment to remember all of our fallen brothers in ECW. And you're thinking like, what, they're going to show a package, play some music. They show like a 20-second title card that's just like basically, we appreciate the contributions of everyone who died. Now, no specific names. You would have assumed no one died. It was a big shit show. The most competent match in the night was by far C.W. Anderson versus Too Cold Scorpio. The FBI came out and had a dance battle with Kid Cash and Simon Diamond, where they played terrible public domain dance music.
It's also worth noting that in that instance, Tracy Smothers really threw down.
He really did. He gave it his all, as he always did. But then the Hardys, they might as well have been on this show. The Dudleys came out and fought Axl Rotten and Balls Mahoney. Balls, again, couldn't use the name, so he went by the name Cojones. And they had weapons, but then eventually were tossed 2 lightsabers and had a Duel of the Fates Star Wars lightsaber battle where Bully Ray got stabbed through the chest by a toy lightsaber.
And what a fucking
Extreme.
spot that was.
Yeah, extreme. And there was
Incredible.
a big blue light over the ring the whole night, like fucking Sin Cara was there. Like, it was. If you love shit, go. It's on the Internet Archive.
I did really appreciate that segment. That the like our fallen soldiers one, that like it did seem as if like they didn't have the rights to say like goodbye to like Ian, like I almost said Ian Rotten, to like Pitbull number 2. So like, yeah, we can't legally do this. I really appreciated how.
But then they showed Pitbull Gary Wolf, Pitbull number 1, because they did these segments where it was like, basically these guys couldn't be fucked to be here or asked for too much money, so we just asked them to send in like a video message. Like the Blue Meanie did one where he thanked everyone for loving the Blue Meanie, and he was like recording it in like a back alley somewhere for some reason. And then they had a Blue Meanie on the show, but it wasn't the real Blue Meanie. It was like Big Tilly as the Blue Meanie. And then fucking Dexter Loomis showed up for some reason. Mick Foley was the special guest referee for I almost said Sandman versus Tommy Dreamer. That might have been better. Raven versus Tommy Dreamer. And in that match, I don't know if they thought this was going to just be the coolest shit ever in their heads, but they cut to the crowd, and in the front row is Tommy Dreamer's wife and young daughters. And I'm like, oh, they're setting up for a spot. And sure enough, like, Raven cuts Tommy Dreamer wide open and then like throws him right to ringside where he's just bleeding like a fucking stuck pig right in front of his kids. And they cut away, they cut back, and his wife and kids are gone. It was like they're traumatized. They can't be here anymore. Maybe daddy bleeding profusely in front of his kids was not the best idea. And also in one of those remembrances of, or not remember, but like people who couldn't be here. Yeah, Pitbull Gary Wolf drives up. I don't know, he's in the middle of a Queens somewhere, and he like pulls up in a car, and he's like talking about, I appreciate everyone, and let me tell you, one thing for certain, this is not the last time you're going to be seeing Pitbull Gary Wolf. And it's like, I don't know about that, Pitbull. Pretty sure we never saw you again.
The thing that really was really fucking cool about that show was quite literally very little, but the thing I did appreciate was sort of the cutaways to just boring ass freak show shit that felt like the truest. Like there's nothing about the show that was reminiscent of ECW at all.
No, Taz
comedy,
gave a speech at the what do you think about you seem to really like Taz's speech that he gave at the beginning.
Well, I mean, that's because I'm sexually attracted to Taz. Like,
well, who is
like? Yeah, I mean, the girl who worked at that tanning salon, for one.
Okay, fair enough.
Did Taz do commentary for ECW in general, or did they bring him? I don't know.
No, they brought him in because he had been doing commentary, I think, for TNA by that point, but had done it in WWE.
But yeah, I did like those like cutaway segments. That kind of one that it made me like when I asked a question to Pat, like, did you have a favorite like little freak in ECW? Like, yeah, there are just like always these like fucking like just weirdos who like weren't like part of the show, but like were involved pretty regularly. I know for me it was Maddie in the House. Like I would lose my mind every time I see a Maddie in the House.
Maddie in the House.
Weird little freaks. You're asking if ECW had just one weird little freak?
Yeah.
I'm asking who your favorite would be of the weird little freaks that would pop up in ECW.
Are you a Gertner gal? Like, what's the deal?
No, Gertner's shtick wore pretty thin, pretty quick. Like a little bit of Gertner went a long way. I think my favorite is, though it's ironic that I'm going to say my favorite is probably Fonzie, because Fonzie was even more repetitive, but in a way that I think was used to greater effect.
Yeah. Last time I saw Fonzie, he was doing a video at the Rizzler, so that's where he's at.
Oh, right. Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's right. I did.
That's
I showed it to you. Yeah, he's like, "Hey, Rizzler, hey, this is the Riz kid. Can you show me how to do the Riz face?"
Oh, God. It's a quick way
This
to get
is the
arrested.
guy who used to be summoned to El Gigante's hotel room so he could fuck a woman to warm her up for El
Yeah,
Gigante,
that's
whose
right.
penis was too big.
I feel like it should not. It should be like child endangerment to have the Rizzler near Fonzie.
It should be child
Yeah.
endangerment for the Rizzler to generally exist.
That's a fair point.
I mean,
Rizzler just looks sick of
that
everything right
that this kid is famous is basically child abuse.
Did you see the clip of him? He was talking about how like he knows some of the people who like him are like they only like him because he's famous. It was
I
so
cried.
sad.
I
was so
cried. It made me-
sad.
Yeah, I know. He's
broke my
very
little heart.
self-aware. Like,
I was the same moment they were like, who's your best friend? He didn't hesitate, and he was like, Big Justice. And I was like, when was the last time you saw him? It was like a year ago, and you can just see the sadness written in his chubby meatball face.
yeah, it's like I thought these guys are my friends. They took me to Costco, and now we never go to Costco.
It's gonna be really something when that kid realizes his entire life is a sham.
It's
I feel
coming.
like
he's
he might
gonna
already.
hit puberty any day now, so that moment's coming.
I need that kid to never grow up, and he will.
You think his
which is
parents
want
are
fine.
there
an
doing the old
you want an
Gary
Andy
Coleman? They're
Milonakis
putting stuff
situation
in
for
his-
him?
Yeah.
I don't
think his
if I want
dad's
an Andy
putting, like-
Milonakis situation.
I think his dad's like crushing stuff up in his oatmeal to make him like, you're gonna be my money Riz train forever.
I mean, he is. He was born in Staten Island, so I would not.
That
be
is
shocked
very
if
true.
his-
That is
If
very
his dad
true.
is drugging him in some way, shape, or form.
They got
Well,
him
when
on
you-
like hormones.
When you put it like that,
They're putting Rizla on. They're gonna put Rizla on estrogen. I'm gonna indoctrinate the Rizla. The
get
trans
Riz pills,
conspiracy is
yeah.
finally true. I'm gonna make it the trans Rizzler. Finally,
you're
About time.
gonna transpill the Rizzler.
I am. I'm gonna transpil the Rizzler. Oh man. All right. Anything else you watch, Vin?
So when you were streaming that Friday Night Gotcha, I was watching
Oh,
that.
right.
That was really fun. I did watch the AEW pay-per-view. It was fine. That was it. It was also on a day where NXT did their Great American Bash because they NXT has just never met a WCW pay-per-view they want to not cannibalize. And then TNA also had a pay-per-view, but no, whatever. I think
So you
NWA
watched 3 pay-per-views that day?
No, God, no. Oh, fuck no. God, no. No, I barely watched the AEW one. But it was fine. Like, I don't know. Like people get sometimes. Like everyone gets way too hyped over AEW pay-per-views, where it's like this was the best. And look, if you love it, God bless you. You love it, but I don't know. Like every month, you think they hit a 10 out of 10 every month. I don't know. I don't know, dog. Can't. Again, if you love it, great. More for you, but. I don't know.
You know.
I'm more quality over quantity. Like, I don't need a 12-hour pay-per-view every month.
I do love when people say that the complaints about the length of the pay-per-view are in bad faith, which is like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It rules that every single AEW pay-per-view, the crowd goes like dead silent 4 hours in,
Yeah.
but people will still deny that like there was a lane for a pacing issue.
But they get them back in the last match. Yeah, because they took a fucking nap for an hour during the last 2 matches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something. All right. Well, yeah. I'll get in quickly, or yeah. Well, I'll probably talk about one match on there. So we might be able to make a little bit of room for that. Then. But yeah, I also skipped the AEW pay-per-view.
Oh.
I'm not moved at the moment.
I was going to say, your
Sure,
voice like disappeared into the ether for a moment there.
Did it really? Okay. Well, we'll fix that in post.
I do have a bonus. What we watched this week. How the fuck could I forget this? So, Orchid, we watched Swamp Thing with Terry Funk.
We did.
Shout out to Scotland Green, who does Pro Wrestling Potluck, who turned me on to it. Go check out Pro Wrestling Potluck. He's very, very good. But he reviewed a clip last week or the week before where there's an episode of Swamp Thing. It's on YouTube from 1990 where Terry Funk plays the bad guy. He comes riding in on horseback for a date. And when they open the door and reveal Terry Funk, they dubbed his fucking voice. And it sounds like he's doing like a weird John Wayne, like whoever's dubbing over him. I guess they just heard that sweet, sweet Amarillo accent and was like, we want none of this. And within like the first 2 minutes of him being there, he shoots a guy in the chest. At one point, he's chasing someone on horseback with like a fucking Uzi. At one point, he goes, "This is for my brother Dory," and fucking unloads on people.
That was a very interesting television program.
Yeah, very little Swamp Thing in this episode of Swamp Thing. He was very much like an incidental player in whatever the fuck that story was.
He has a very strange and specific role in that show, The Swamp Thing. They seem to be like more philosopher than hero or villain. In a way that calls attention to what morality even is in the first place. I was fascinated by it.
He just does a lot. He just skulks around the forest and does like soliloquies. Like there'll be like a whole war going on where Terry Funk is like, "Oh, this whole world is just fortresses, and you got to pick a side, and there's no standing on the sidelines. We got to make sure we take what's ours." And then it'll cut to the Swamp Thing sitting on a fucking log and being like, "You know the old adage, an eye for an eye just means that everyone turns out blind." It's like, okay, Swamp Thing, I get where you're coming from, but there is a war coming apparently, so, get with the program.
Yeah, and what a program.
What a program it was.
Yeah. Cool. All right, Nathan, what about you?
Yeah. I watched AEW as well, probably more than I should have. Like midway through Dynamite, I decided that I was no longer going to be watching it live going forward. I was just going to like pick and choose. Very smart.
Yeah.
Lesson I should have learned forever ago. Is there anything I have interesting to say about the pay-per-view?
I got to ask before you get to the pay-per-view, what specific moment was your aha moment when you were like, I'm not doing this every week?
It was something like with the main event scene. I forget exactly what it was. I think it was like Kenny Omega was about to go to the ring to answer MJF's like challenge. And like Will Ospreay stops him and he's like, "Bruv," and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore.
Oh man. Yeah, it's very incredible how off-putting the world's stupidest golden retriever is. It
wasn't even like him, like specifically being off-putting. It's just like there was enough stuff that happened. It was like a confluence of things. Like, I don't give a shit about MJF as the champion. I don't care about the tag championships at all. I don't care about this, that, and the other. So just like, there's stuff I do like. Like, I'm not one of those guys that like AEW is terrible, but it'd be a lot smarter to watch it later, watch it in a third as much time and not, drive myself crazy. So,
yeah.
Well, you know what? They didn't have this pay-per-view. They didn't have my boy AJ. They didn't have Big Justice.
Yeah.
They didn't.
A gigantic crime. Who even are the tag? Oh, it's Cope and Christian, right? They're the tag team champions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds fascinating.
My goat and the worst to ever do it.
Yeah, it's yeah, you hate to see a bad bitch down, but that's what's going on over there.
Finn is right. If Tony Khan was a real sicko like the fans say he is, he would book the Costco guys against House of Torture.
Fucking do it.
That would be a real match.
Or just give him the belts. You telling me people wouldn't fucking go nuts for Big Justice and AJ as tag champs with the Rizzler coming out as their manager every week?
I think they might not.
No, I want something to do just what I want. I don't care about anyone else.
That's so real.
You and all of Blue Sky. In that regard.
All Blue Sky, all me, David Bixson. It's all we want. I don't know what he wants. I just know I just see him on Blue Sky.
Rest in peace, Bix.
He could be a really nice guy. I only met him once. I met him once at a Battle Club Pro show in 2019, and we were both near the front of the ring. It was an outdoor show, and he was like taking photos of whatever was going on, and I had pulled out my camera and had also taken a photo, and I'm right behind him, and I uploaded the photo to Twitter, and then I checked my phone a couple minutes later, and I see in my feed Bix going on about, I'm seeing someone stole my photo. This is messed up. Like, I don't know who's out there stealing my photos. And I was like, wait a minute. So then I like tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, hello. And I like put my hand out to shake his hand. I'm like, that's my photo. And he's like, oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Oh man, that could have been a whole big top. But
been a whole thing.
Just your specific experience with Bix.
the Bix top.
The Bix top, yeah. All right. Anything else, Ethan? Anything else?
The only other wrestling I watched this last week was I watched 2 matches from Marvelous's June 14th show because I finally found that online.
Okay.
I watched Chikayo Nagashima, Senka Akatsuki, and Sora Ayami in a 3-way with the stipulation of the match was only 3 minutes long.
Okay.
Which actually, first of all, it's a match that can only go 3 minutes. It's like automatically better than 9% of the matches out there, right?
Right.
But I thought it was pretty okay. I'm a big Sora Ayami fan. Mostly because she understands her limitations as a wrestler and has figured out a way to like use it to her advantage. Like, she's really good at drawing sympathy and like playing the underdog, especially for somebody who's only been wrestling for a year. But she's not very good at stuff like hitting her opponent. So she's like figured out a moveset that actually works for her, where all she does is like kick them in the shin and go for like opportunity pins, and I think it rules. And she won that match. I think it's only her second ever singles victory, so I was very excited about that.
That was the pay-per-view, right?
Yeah. I mean, like all of their shows are pay-per-views essentially, but yes.
Right. Shit. Okay, cool.
I can send you the link to it. They used to be so easy. They used to be so easy to find, and now like none of them get uploaded. It's tragic.
Yeah, they've really been dragging their feet with uploading lately.
No, it's not Marvel's has been dragging their feet. It's the people who would like share them online are dragging their feet.
Oh yeah, totally.
That's like I gotta check out. I saw Stardom just put up an English YouTube channel, and they're putting a lot of matches on there. So,
and then the main event of that show was Mio Momino versus Johnny Robbie for the West Coast Pro Women's title. Okay. And I thought that match was pretty good. Both of them spent a lot of it, like a decent amount of time working over their opponent's limbs, and I thought that actually worked out better than I thought it would.
Okay.
I know you're a big Johnny Robbie fan, right? And a big Mio fan?
I'm a big Mio. Johnny is somebody I feel positive about. I think she's young and learning. But in terms of like, I would put her in like the top like 3 or 4 like under 30-year-old women's wrestlers from America.
Yeah,
so that says a bit, but not a lot. Like, you know,
she's up there with Jesse Jackson, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I think Jesse Jackson also on the show.
She's Russian, if I'm not mistaken.
But yeah, I thought that match was pretty good.
Okay.
It wasn't as like flashy as the match they had in Vegas, but I thought they did a good job of building it for the most part until the end, where they kind of went like a little fighting spirit crazy, but not like overly fighting spirit crazy. But I enjoyed that match overall. Thought that was pretty good. And that's it. That's all the wrestling I watched this week. all the
Nice.
all the rest of them worth talking about anyway.
Sure. Yeah, totally.
Oh,
I mean, it's all worth talking about. I talked about hardcore justice, for God's sakes.
are we going to talk about produce at some point? I watched the first 2 matches of that after I found out I was going to be on the pod. And I don't know if I should talk about that now or later.
Yeah, we'll talk about produce.
All right.
Yeah, we will. I have to unload. I've got thoughts and opinions about
I'm
produce.
so curious to hear what you have to
Unload
say.
all over us.
I'm gonna. Yeah, oh boy, do I have thoughts and opinions. Yeah, we could hop into that. It could be like a semi big top. And that'll be our big top. Pat, what you watched this week? I know the answer to this.
Yeah, I didn't have the time or energy to watch anything. I do have a question though. Is someone out of you three like playing StarCraft or something? 'Cause I'm just hearing a lot of furious mouse clicking.
No, I'm not touching anything. No. I'm not touching anything. If I'm playing StarCraft, the Protoss are kicking my ass right now because I ain't touching anything.
I'm gonna try hopping. I'm gonna see if I can hop out of this and hop back in because my audio is weirdly fucked. Because
Are you still getting
I don't
three
know. I don't know
bins?
if it's my phone. I can't mess with my Riverside settings while we're mid recording, so I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
jump out and jump back in. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. All right.
I think
Well,
Pat's just high on mushrooms.
I think his heat exhaustion.
I think he injected something weird into the vein under his penis, and now he ain't feeling so good.
that would be a choice for Pat. And I think he would be honest about that if that was the case. All right, well, Pat, while we wait for Pat, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about what I watched this week. I didn't watch that much wrestling, outside of stuff I'm doing for Patron Saints. But I watched some. I guess I watched one show that made it feel as if I watched wrestling for 7 days straight. And I've been getting increasingly angry about it. But before I get to that, I will say that I watched the Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr. match from Forbidden Door on June 28th. I don't have much to say about it. Oh wait, there's one other match I want to talk about. Yeah, okay, totally. I forgot about that one. But I don't really have much to say about that match. I thought it was fine. It was serviceable. It obviously felt like it was serving the purpose of the build, trademark, copyright for Kenny versus MJF, which I'll be watching. I know my wife will be excited about it. And spoiler alert, we'll be doing a Kenny Omega episode of Patron Saints relatively soon, I think. But I really do like their G1 match from 8 years ago. It really was one of the ones that made me like both help me understand what Zach brought to the table from an in-ring standpoint and made a case for Kenny as the greatest wrestler ever, in which I don't know how, whatever. I'll be talking about that in a few weeks anyway. But so yeah, match itself serviceable. I don't think anything didn't make me feel strongly one way or the other. It felt long, but outside of that, no real big takeaway. I was shocked to hear that a lot of people have it up high on their best match of the year.
I thought that was wild.
Yeah, I mean, there are whole other worlds out there.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of whole other worlds, I do Dokomoy, right before I get to you, I just have to read this Dave Metzler quote because I do like to listen to Observer the day after AEW shows. It's really my favorite time to listen to Observer. I got to read this quote about Kenny Omega from Dave. This Kenny Omega is different from the Kenny Omega from 5 years ago. He does little things like selling the arm, and just like he is at a different level at certain things than nobody in this business now. I mean, it's very Terry Funk. The selling. It's a different kind of selling than what everyone else does. Like there's like the way he's selling the arm was just like these little things he'd always go back to. Like squeezing the hand to get circulation back or to see if he has the feeling. And, the depths of the selling was, Like, I always consider it to be Ishii selling. That would be great because of the timing, and the detail of like his selling is just incredible. And that was Dave Metzel's analysis of Kenny
That's
Omega's performance
an
in that match.
incredible quote because Metzel, I can't say Meltzer anymore. You've like broken
I've
my
ruined
brain
it.
on that.
I've ruined it.
Was calling Kenny Omega the greatest wrestler in the world and giving him like 87 stars for matches where apparently he didn't know how to sell. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's incredible stuff.
Yeah, Deborah Messing's got to get her story straight on that.
That's Deborah Messing. Deborah Messing. That's awesome. I'm just Deborah messing around. It was the thing one of my friends used to say all the time that I got a big kick out of.
The one thing I did want to say about Kenny versus ZSJ was I thought it was a weird choice to call it a dream match when they already had the match and they spent like 8 years or something in the same promotion.
Yep. Yeah. Very, very strange, just generally speaking. It's a strange promotion and a strange partnership, and it's strange the way that company tries to bill it.
It was strange
No,
go ahead.
No, you good.
I was gonna say it's strange when you see Tony Khan give a guitar to Tanahashi.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I don't know. That guitar was kind of lame. Like, you're Tony Khan and you give me a guitar to Tanahashi, and you give him just this like default black guitar with a little logo on it.
A default guitar. He asked what's his name, the Butcher, the Blade, whichever one of them is like a musician, which guitar to get for Tanahashi, and he picked it out. It was like meaningful, maybe.
All right.
The last I read, that guy doesn't even work there anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I was
incredible.
like, you said the Butcher or the Blade. I'm like, I don't know, whichever one still works there. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know if he works there. I just know he picked it out.
that's awesome.
Well, he picked out a bad one. So
if my boss called me and said, "Can you help me buy a guitar for Hiroshi Tanahashi?" I would not. I can't even imagine how quick I'd hit end call on that.
Well, same, but
and then you'd be fired.
Like,
and how stupid would
I
you
don't know
look?
anything about guitars, and also I don't know anything about working when I'm off the clock.
That
Yeah.
Bless you. Then.
How about that? Yeah.
Fuck you. Not you, Nathan. That was a fuck you to people who have been having me work after hours.
I got to do it, Natan.
Natan, did I say Nathan? I'm so. My apologies. My apologies. Right. No, it's not. So.
Natan.
I guess it's part of my charm that I can't
Nathan
say.
Metzler.
I was going to say I'm in good company, or company at least.
Dave's he's an interesting guy, that Dave. I met him too one time, and he is like, he's like a Dave Meltzer like wind up toy. Like if you just put a quarter in the back of him, mention a random date, and he'll be like, yeah, that was 1982, the Cow Palace. Jumping Jack Farmer was fighting, the Iron Sheik, and he did this move to him, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's like, this is amazing. Now, if only you could Dave Meltzer is like nuclear. It's like trying to harness nuclear energy. Like, if you can somehow find a way to contain it and position it towards the right motives and like really harness it, you would have something amazing. Like, he would put out an amazing book, for example, if he had a great editor and if he could like stay on track. But it's just never going to happen. So you're going to get 3 Mile Island.
3 Mile Dave.
He's going to fly there with Missy Hyatt.
That's a good point. Really, that's all I got to say from that show. I also did watch, what the fuck were those fucking idiots' names? Fucking.
That's a good show. I love it.
Kendall Gray versus Lola Vice from NXT Great American Bash on the same night. The reason I watched this match was because I keep getting told by the folks in the Observer Discord that it's impossible to figure out what my tastes are, which I find to be an incredibly interesting thing to say, because I just don't like Swerve and I just don't like Will Ospreay, and they have a very hard time understanding that, apparently.
Yeah, I was about to say, you just like this is like the Star Trek episode where they talk the computer into like a logic loop that it can't resolve.
I was thinking about you this week because somebody asked who the best thigh slapper in professional wrestling was. And one of my pals said that, quote, Queen Aminata has people convinced that, Queen Aminata is so good at striking that she's convinced people that she's one of the best strikers in the world. And I was just like, who the fuck is saying that? And because that's funny. And that really angered them. Like, they thought that was really confusing. And I was just thinking about it, the story you told in this podcast about watching that woman wind up as she like goes to slap her thigh.
Yeah, it was like
like
the fucking meme of what's Walter's name in what's his but doing the chop
Gunther?
where it's like Gunther doing the chop where it's like you post that and then you post like a picture of someone's ass next to it. Like that's her with her own
Right.
thigh.
Right. And I was just dying laughing because that happened the day after we recorded last week, and Natan was talking about Shishin Kaiken, the Shishin Kaiken feud. And I was just like, I don't know, that was pretty good striking. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to tell. Like, those motherfuckers were bleeding all over the place from just elbowing and kneeing each other in the head all the time.
You know who the best thigh slapper is of all time? Fat Chris Hero. Like I'm not even joking. Like, he is really, really fucking good at like slapping his thigh and his gut and wherever else to like, he isn't blatant about it. It's not like, Shawn Michaels doing the sweet chin music or half of anyone doing a super kick where you see them hit their own extended leg. Chris Hero is just honestly very good at smacking his belly or his leg or wherever he's hitting to get like a percussive sound on his elbow strikes. We need more Chris Heroes and fewer, super kick parties, I guess.
The journey that you take talking about Chris Hero, because last week weren't you saying that you hated Chris Hero?
No, I think I claimed that
that
I had never seen him.
That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was.
There's a difference. You only like fat Chris Hero.
Yeah,
Skinny Chris Hero.
Skinny Chris Hero is a pretty rough watch sometimes because he's one of those guys. When he was in his skinny era, that was like, oh, well, I can go 45 minutes, so I should go 45 minutes.
Nah, just slap your thigh, slap your belly, get out of here.
Yeah, no, fat Chris Hero, like 2016 Chris Hero when he was back on the Indies before his second WWE run. That's great stuff. 2002 Chris Hero or whenever he was like fucking like wrestling Danny Daniels or Isaiah or whoever, it's like, no, I'm good. Even the 93-minute match he did with CM Punk, it's like, I think more people like the idea of a 93-minute Chris Hero versus CM Punk match and then kind of have to work backwards and talk themselves into what they just saw was good.
I will never watch it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I remember precisely 0 seconds out of the 93 minutes.
That was a rough time. I shout to everybody who loves those matches. They're tough matches.
I'm not shouting them out. They're fucking idiots.
Yeah, you're 100% right in that. But yeah, speaking of great wrestling, Lola Vice versus Kendall Gray. So I don't want to pick on Dave constantly. I'm gonna in this. I think I've mentioned before. There's a Twitter account that I'm obsessed with. His name's Colin. He was the one who a few months ago said that it was, quote, his life's mission to ruin the careers of clowns like Dave Metzler, Sean Ross Sapp, and some other person. And that was the guy that Dave responded, and to paraphrase was like, it's hilarious. It's hilarious to live this way, and when you feel the touch of a woman, hopefully you'll grow up. I have been sexually harassing that guy ever since. That has been a key staple of mine. And someone had recently unearthed a tweet of where Kendall Gray called one of her friends the F slur when she was like 13. And this guy just really leaned into like, it's so okay for teenagers to say that, and was just really going out of his way to defend her. I also have to find too, like, when a few weeks ago, a couple of WWE wrestlers were in Paris, and I think it was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. One of them posted an Instagram story where they used N words in Paris as, the story, and someone made a joke to be like, what do they type in, to get that, logged? And he just went on a rant being like, you're trying to ruin someone's career like it's music. And someone was like, it's just a joke, buddy. And he was like, I'm listening to the song right now. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to call me a racist?
I got to say, Gwyneth Paltrow kind of ruined attempts to cancel white women for using that. Gwyneth Paltrow kind of just wrote the playbook because someone tried to cancel her for like posting that, and she just went, it's the name of the song.
Right. I mean,
she's an innovator.
That was the thing. No one was even trying to cancel anybody. It was a fucking joke. I know nuance is lost on folks these days, but that still fucking was. But yeah, but he really just went off on it. But he's just been defending Kendall Gray's right to use the F slur ever since then. I've been trying to tell him, like, go off, Queen, claim it. We have claimed that word, and I appreciate everything you're doing as a member of the gay community with you. I appreciate everything you're doing to stand up to bigotry. So that's been, I've just been thinking about him a lot lately, but he seems to love Kendall Gray and think she's the future of the industry. I've got no idea what the fuck people are.
Dave does, or Colin does?
Colin does, Dave does, lots of people do.
A lot of people do, like an insane number of people do.
Okay, so I have a question, Orchid, as the Dave whisperer.
Yeah.
What about Kendall Gray makes Dave so into her? Because there's got to be some, like, you can usually see a through line with the people Dave picks as the future of whatever. What is Kendall Gray bringing to the table that has Dave sitting up and paying attention?
She does these, it's two-pronged that speak to Dave about her. First off, she has an amateur Greco-Roman background. And as you know, Dave loves himself some amateur wrestling. It's one of those things that I forget about him, but every now and then, like, there'll be a big show and he'll just go on like a 17-minute tantrum about, or like tangent about, like some guy from the 50s. It obviously everybody knows is the greatest Greco-Roman wrestler of all time. And where he's just monologuing at Brian about it. So I think that part, her groundwork is sound. I mean, she's only wrestled 100 matches. But combine that with the fact that she's incredibly good at sequencing. So she's kind of this blend of Kurt Angle, and I don't want to say Will Ospreay, but that's the closest I could come up with. And that, I think that's what speaks to him directly. And you know him well enough to know that, like, when he sees women and women like who work hard, his immediate thing is like, she's the next Manami Toyota. There's nothing about this woman that is similar to Miami Toyota besides the fact that she's, like, very pretty. That's it. But that it seems to be what it is that she has this, like, combination of, like, solid foundations in amateur wrestling mixed with this ability to, like, weave her way in and out of the corner ropes by, like, kind of like, like sneaking her way outside of it and then, like, ducking below it and then, like, slipping through her opponent's feet. That just speaks to him in ways that he just sees the future of women, not just women's wrestling, just the future of women.
Dave has explicitly compared her to Kurt Angle, right?
Yeah, and that would be fair because she wears a singlet. Mm-hmm. So that seems to be it. And then, like, Kurt does kind of talk about her, like, pretty regularly. Mm-hmm. I think if you're brain numb, that is the closest, like, cross-gender comparison you can make. I don't know if you could. I can't think of a women's wrestler that I would be able to compare her with. I think the closest would be Chihiro. Maybe, what's the other one's name? Senka's rival in Marvelous. Nathan, I'm leaning on you for that.
Her rival in Marvelous?
Yeah, the one who wrestles in Marvelous too. About her age.
Sora?
No, not Sora. The one who's already like leveled up and, like, graduated.
Okay,
they had the. Damn, we're both blanking on this.
I'm trying to. I'm not sure who you're referring to.
Yeah,
let's see.
Me neither. I'm completely blanking on her name.
She won Ai Hozan?
No, she won Observer Rookie of the Year last year, and I got a kick out of that.
Isn't that just
not
from
Sanka.
from Marvelous. Oh, you mean from
Marigold.
Marvelous?
Marigold.
Oh, from Marigold.
Marigold.
What's her name? Sari Yamaoka, something like that. Yeah,
I think that's it.
yeah.
We're gonna go with
I
that.
thought you,
We're gonna go with that.
that's what it is. I thought you were talking about Marvelous, but yeah, from Marigold, it's Sari.
Sari. Yes, Sari.
Yes.
That's it. Sari Yamaoka. Yep. Yeah, I think the closest comparison is Sari, but like not even halfly as fully formed yet. I think people just compare it to Angle because she wears a singlet, which is a red, white, and blue singlet, and is alt-right leaning, probably most likely. I mean, she works at the Performance Center. There's no way that she isn't anti-vax and anti-trans rights. But yeah, so I watched that match. It was fucking disastrous. I know people who watch NXT were like pretty high on it. I have no fucking clue why. Watch more independent Joshi. Your mind will be blown. I don't really know what to say about it besides that. Yeah, that's generally mostly what I watch, and then I guess like to pivot to the mini big top.
Can I just add like one small bit? I didn't watch that match, but you were tweeting about it, so I asked you. I told you I wanted to know what you thought about what's her name, Kendall, because I had never watched a match, but I'd seen people talk her up, and the clip you sent me like destroyed my brain. So they're on the outside. It's Kendall and Lola Vice. It's a match Orchid was talking about. And Kendall has Lola in like a figure 4 ankle lock, and Lola rolls out. They're like, I don't know, 5-10 feet from the LED barricade, and Kendall like slowly jogs up and then jumps her momentum's carrying her. She's just like slowly jogging and then jumping onto the barricade. At which point she turns around and jumps down just so she can land directly in a clothesline. And I was like, and honest to God, this is the first time I'd ever seen her in action after hearing people talk her up for a year. And I was like, my God, am I in like some sort of Truman Show situation where people are just like creating a reality around me? Because this is, even ignoring that, like I have different tastes than Dave. Like if this is who she is, like what the fuck? And I'm told she's like better than that. And or could send me another clip where she was, but like for a minute I was just like losing my fucking mind.
Yeah, that clip killed me because
So
you're right.
funny.
Like, it's a slow jog to the barricade, and it's a segment that it's a sequence that probably should have took, I would maybe say 3.5 seconds, but by how slow and prodding she was, it probably took closer to like 9.
The
and
clip
like
you
when
sent
she
me
got
is
on the
11
barricade,
seconds.
11 seconds, incredible. I was close. That's awesome. Yeah, but like when you're right though, when she gets on the barricade, it's not even that she like turns around in like one quick motion. She like takes like 4 little pivots with her feet before she actually like, because she's not confident enough to like kind of like swivel around on it. And I just was dying laughing at that spot.
That was
that was
something when I watched all those Brindley Reese matches. That's something that I think like a specific kind of motion that I'm pretty sure they teach the women at the Performance Center. They might teach the men too, but Brindley wasn't wrestling the men, so I didn't see much of that. But there's a thing when they both go down, when you get up from the mat, they do kind of like this slow turnaround where they like almost walk in a half circle to like reset.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt very much like, because we know that they're taught with flowcharts, like you can go from a drop down to one of these 4 things. It felt very much like that is kind of how they're taught to get up until they figure out how to do it without thinking about it.
I know you're never going to do it because I know it was self-inflicted psychological torture, but if I could get you watching NXT again, just for another complete and accurate, I don't even know who works there anymore.
Yeah, download
who's
the CW
one?
app and watch from NXT.
Can we get a
Who's the white one with the big butt that everybody that like always like is
Nikita
like appropriating
Lyons?
back?
Nikita Lyons?
Yeah, if you could get a complete and accurate Nikita Lyons from you, like that would be the fucking greatest thing on the planet.
I don't know, because she's probably had like 200 matches at this point.
That's fair. I have to pick somebody else.
Also,
I'll find someone else. Who's
I'm going crazy because I'm
categorically
looking
offensive.
at Twitter and someone is talking about a guy who named Shogun's Theory, who claims to be a pro wrestler in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Is talking about how Mad Dog Connolly versus Jake Lander is the greatest match of all time. And then in the context of describing why, says that there is an accidental blade job in the match. And
Yeah,
I've just been
accidental blade
staring
job
at
in
the
Saudi
phrase.
Arabia. Wow.
Yeah, I've just been staring at the phrase "accidental blade job" for a while. So, I mean, it turns out what he means by that is that Connolly got fucking smashed in the face with a chair and busted open. But I'm just imagining, like, you know, the wrestling match where someone's got like their blade, they've got their gig hidden in like their wrist tape or something. It comes loose and just accidentally just like fucking mass transit someone.
I just went to their Twitter, and he's bleeding pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, he definitely got his shit rocked by that chair.
Which would be, you know, words mean things, and we do have a term for that. You
We
know,
call that hard way, right?
We would call that hard way. I'm willing to be somewhat forgiving, considering I'm not sure if English is that person's first language or not.
I don't think it is, but it's more just the magic of the phrase "accidental blade job."
Exactly.
It is incredible. Do they still keep the blade like in their wrist tape?
Yeah,
because you could have a really bad accidental blade job there.
Hopefully Dan could have one of those.
That was CM Punk at WrestleMania. He did the whole thing where he was hanging upside down and he got his blade out from his wrist tape. I mean, it helps that like the blade is usually not big. Right. It's not like they've got like a whole razor blade. So maybe they should.
Maybe they should, especially if they're going to keep it in their wrist.
Yeah, especially Dan.
Dan's is getting an accidental hand. Dan's accidentally giving hand jobs right now. He's giving accidental hand jobs.
Oh, I wish.
That's where he is. Not from, you don't want it from Dan. His fingers are calloused. His soul is dark, and his heart is that of a landlord. So,
no.
But
and also on top of that too,
the driveway on that property is fine.
I agree. Oh wait, that's what he said. Yeah.
Well, no, it's you know, Sam was just like, that driveway looks like it sucks, and I'm just kind of like, all right, chill, dude. Like, you know, on my fucking route every day, half the people's driveways are at like 90-degree slopes. Like, Dan's right, it's flat.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, you probably do.
Oh, you're talking about actual driveways. Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about that.
I'm
still thinking about Dan doing a $200,000 house, because I live in Los Angeles and you cannot buy a house for $200,000 here. So I've just been like processing that in my head, because like I couldn't afford a $200,000 house, to be honest with you. But like in LA, I have no hopes of home ownership. Maybe in West Virginia, I do.
I can't afford $100,000.
I'm in Austin.
I can't afford $100,000 candy bar, let alone the money.
The thing is, if you want to live in West Virginia, a $200,000 house, the price for that is that you're living in West Virginia in an area where a house costs $200,000.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to, but like the idea of being a homeowner, you know, is like sort of appealing, because like right now it's like not even a dream. It's just like an impossibility.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want a house in Glenwood, West Virginia, I have the real estate agent for you. He's a fucking cunt.
To put it in context, I'm in Boston. On my postal route, a house just went up for sale for $1.2 million. It's not a big house, but that's like the going price for a house on my route.
Yeah, I think like in LA, I don't know if you can buy like an actual house that's like not a condo for under $1 million, and if you can, it's not by much less.
Fucking Christ! I just can't wait to get through probate and sell a 1,600 square foot house in Staten Island for fucking $800,000. I'm so
Let's go.
That's fucking great. But speaking of fucking grifts, Produce Volume 1, The Octopus, presented by Orange Crush. I feel like before I get into this is another like reason why I'm mad at Dan. And to be quite frank, I brought this upon myself. I asked in the founders chat whether or not anybody had watched the show, largely so I could like watch one or two matches from it. Dan said he was going to watch the whole show. So I watched the whole show. And he's not fucking here. So fucking fuck you. Like I'm so...
This just means it's the big top for 2 weeks.
Oh my God, I hate you too.
We do the second Produce review. Maybe by that time I'll have watched it.
Should we just hold off and make Dan suffer?
Should you go and tag Orange Crush talking about how we're doing a deep dive on Produce Volume 1 while I start off by saying I haven't watched it.
Yes.
I have been thinking about whether or not I'm going to alert him of the fact that his show was complete fucking dog shit. That was the worst wrestling show I've watched in 5 years. Hands
Really?
down. I absolutely.
I'm so-
absolutely.
What made it bad?
Fucking
And if you had to boil it down, what made it bad?
So I've been avoiding it. We've talked about it a little bit on the pod, and I know we've had some conversations about it in Mark My Virus. But I have largely just been avoiding it like the plague. Every time I see him talk about it, like I'm like, that sounds like a cool idea. In execution, it's going to be really stupid. And that's to say nothing of like his like stupid and corny, like, you know, the multi-fight deal bullshit and all that nonsense. So like I mostly had blinders on for it, and everyone has been seemingly having this like conversation about it being corny, and it absolutely the fuck is. It is incredibly corny. And I think we talked a little bit about this. I know Pat has said that it seems as if like what he's aiming to do is like get into the art world, like in some way, shape, or form, and
Or at
convince
least get
folks
their
that.
money.
Yeah, exactly. And if
He's
that's
already
the case,
in the art world.
Yeah. But at least like bring wrestling into the art world and get their money from that perspective.
It's like what happens with Sukaban, the Joshi promotion, where it basically exists as like a fashion world grift.
Right.
It's happening in LA this week.
Yeah, and the people
So-
who post like Instagram reels about going to Sukaban are like models. They're people who
Yeah.
are in the fashion world for whom it's like, oh, you know, we're doing this fashion event, and to be fun and quirky, we've got lady wrestlers from Japan. It would be like doing, you know, it would be like marketing that CMLL Pokemon night exclusively to Pokemon fans. And
The thing
just
about
CMLL
Yeah, you
being
go.
kind of just there.
Yeah. The thing about Sukaban that bothers me less than there are a lot of things about Sukaban that bother me less than what Orange Crush is. But the first is that it is clear that is a wrestling show that is not for wrestling fans. And they are not taking themselves like incredibly seriously. Like for weeks, people were tweeting at Sukaban about trying to get their show like online, and they just didn't respond, which is great. I'm fucking fine. Whatever. That's okay. It helps me clearly understand what's going on there. Like this is to Pat's point, it's aimed at a certain sort of audience, the folks who are like looking for a quirky thing to do. And that's what it is. It doesn't run with a lot of frequency, and it's not pretending to be anything besides that. Like, I don't think anyone's like thinking we're not going to be having conversations about the great history of the lineage of the Sukaban title. And I haven't watched the show from Sukaban in a little bit, but like at no point is it.
Well,
are they, like,
nobody's watched
pretending
the show from them, right?
Well, they have had clips before, and I remember the first show was like on Twitch, wasn't it, or some shit?
That's right. Yeah. But that's the only show that's like aired in full.
Yeah. I did watch I watched some of the one that was on Twitch. Like I downloaded it on my phone and then deleted it because I'm old and I don't need another app. But what's different with Orange Crush is that guy is taking it so fucking seriously. And like he's like today he tweeted about like, you know, if you miss a booking, like you're banned from him permanently. There seems to be just like this air of just like seriousness that he's taking to it that is just like way beyond like somebody who's just grifting is seeking to do. And then on top of that, like with Sukaban, at least there's a singular vision to it. Maybe it's fucking corny. It is. I'm not going to sit here and say it isn't. Even as a Joshi fan, I think it's fucking corny. I mean, there's obviously an appeal to it that's significantly more charming to me when TJPW comes to America. That feels a little bit more authentic. But I can at least see like what they're aiming to go for. Like this is supposed to like allude to like that style of like Japanese movies from the 80s and 90s, that sort of kawaii culture. And it's packaged in a like cohesive way. There is absolutely fucking nothing singular from a visionary standpoint about what this guy is trying to accomplish with
Before
these shows.
we move on from Sukaban, can we just talk about the best part of their shows being there are multiple wrestlers on it who have had like official retirements in the Joshi world who still show up for them, and how that is just incredibly funny.
Yeah.
And
one day we'll watch it. Me and you specifically. We'll be the only people in the Discord.
God, I'm so stoked.
Me too. I can't wait.
I had a thing with I think the thing
You,
with
Arisa Nakajima, and at least one other person have had matches there post-retirement.
You
Multiple
was
matches.
the other one. I
Yeah,
recall.
you,
Yeah,
Arisa
you.
Nakajima, and they're the third who I can't remember. I think they're the third.
Natsuki Tayo, maybe.
Yes, that sounds right.
So we're saying there's a chance that Dan could see his beloved Yuki Kamifuku at some point in 2027 and beyond.
Yes.
I mean,
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
I briefly had a moment of like, how much time can I take off to like fly to Japan for a day for her final show? Because I never got a chance to see her live.
I could fund that.
No.
I mean, you heard the hesitation in my voice, right? Like, I wasn't that enthusiastic about it, but I could.
Yeah, no, I mean, the real issue would be, can I get that time off work? Because
we could have Dan deliver the mail for you. I mean, granted, he'd come all over it.
Yeah.
Well, wait, he doesn't know how to masturbate, so never mind. But we could have Dan do your route for you. You'll definitely get fired.
He'll get other men on the route.
I think if any of you like saw the topography of my route, you would realize that would be a death sentence for poor Dan.
That sounds great. Let's make that
which
happen.
might be, what we're going for here.
Orchid's like interest just tripled.
I feel like I'm gonna end up coming back on the show every week, and I'm never gonna meet Dan.
I would love that. That sounds great. That sounds fantastic. Let's figure out a way to make that happen. Maybe I'll just go. Well, actually, Dan's coming to Austin this week, so maybe I could kill him. So that'd be a good opportunity. I'll finally. You're
finally gonna teach him how to masturbate.
I'm not gonna do that. Not at all. not the fuck at all. Maybe I'll show him to Aaron Solo's house. Aaron Solo can teach him how to masturbate. Yeah. No, but yeah, I want Dan to die because the show is 3 hours and 45 minutes. And if there was a singular vision, I just can't get over the fact that everyone on every match has had somebody on there who had at least 4 matches in GCW in the last 2 years.
Well, there's on the official Grapply server, we were talking about that a little bit, and there's a guy, Nick H there, who used to do promotion for TNT in England.
Okay.
And he raised a pretty good point about Produce just in terms of their roster, which is, I'm just going to read his thing. Just my take on the Produce thing. Had something similar on a micro level booking shows in Liverpool. Thing is, I wasn't looking to use people like El Ligero, Bubblegum, etc. for good reason, as history proves, who were booked all over the Northwest.
Right.
My USP was bringing in workers that local promoters hadn't used to make my promotion stand out. If you use the same handful of people, you're just attracting the same fans. And he goes on a little bit more, but what he says is, this stuff Mr. Orange Crush is trotting out never works out well in the end.
The guy,
go ahead.
The guy who's booking Orange Crush was booking JCW too, right? Like, so it's for a while. So like, it makes sense that he's using them. Makes sense insofar as like not surprising, I guess, more than anything.
I think the big difference between him and JC is that he's using some like West Coast pro people, like he's bringing in Titus Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the big difference. And there are some Japanese people coming in for events 2 and 3. He's got Rocky Romero bringing in Stardom people.
Thank God, a Rocky Romero produced show. And this is the thing too, is that he's running another show in 2 weeks. It's like and the angles, like they're actually angles to set up future matches. Pat, they set up, you're going to be thrilled to hear this, Steph DeLander versus Ali Ketch, a match you've never seen before. They're in an angle for that.
Sounds good.
I'm just dying laughing. I'm just like, what makes this different than any other fucking thing I could watch on Triller at any given week? The one noticeable difference, there are a few noticeable differences. The first one of them is that they have a Michael Buffer wannabe ring announcer who is just fucking terrible. I
thought he was good.
Oh, come on. I mean, it's just so derivative. Like, it's not, there's nothing unique or original about it. He's alluding to Michael Buffer.
No, there's definitely.
I guess he did a good job of that.
Yeah, most of the people are trying to be Buffer and are awful. He was trying to be Buffer and was pretty good.
He definitely did a good Michael Buffer. I'm not going to deny that.
He does a better
Like-
Michael Buffer than Michael Buffer's brother does a Michael Buffer.
I think my challenge with that is I don't necessarily know if I want Michael Buffer announcing fucking an Effie or introducing Effie.
Well, you don't want anything to do with Effie, right?
That's true, but in front of 150 fucking people at a shitty bar in fucking Brooklyn. It's like the whole point of Michael Buffer is to make things sound grand. There's nothing about the show that was grand.
Well, this was also, and again, I have not seen the show, but I've seen some
I'm
clips.
getting so angry.
Calm down, baby, calm down. But the thing that kind of gets me is that I feel like we were kind of again, like the amount of seats are the amount of seats, but I feel like in my head, so I guess I only have myself to blame. This was sort of promised as like, oh, this is a super card in the sense that like we're gonna get big names that you know to basically produce a card, which I actually really love that idea. Like that's a great idea.
Too.
But it feels like that wasn't quite what the show is, and it's almost like this they're kind of making it like this secretive, like if you know, then you were there, and it's like, why not actually have it in like a big, because you are taking the time to get like significantly bigger names to book these shows, so or to produce the cards. So like, why not have it be in like a bigger venue where you could really like show off? And if you don't sell all the seats, then okay, I guess, whatever. But I don't know. It looked very like underwhelming from the clip.
Presumably the answer to that is, like we were talking about earlier, like his whole thing is like trying to get into the art world, is like trying to promote exclusivity.
Abel Ferrara was there.
Yeah. The tickets to the show were like $80 million.
Which I love.
Apparently.
I mean, I'm a big King in New York. I mean, I love Driller Killer, but like, very, very interesting choice to have Abel. And again, like, so, Oregon, my question to you would be, how was Abel Ferrara actually involved in the show in any way? I heard he did a DJ set.
He played music. He played original music. So right after a Rich Swann versus Man Like Doris match, it cuts to Abe Ferrara standing on a stage in front of maybe 30 people, screaming obscenities into a mic, playing the worst guitar I've heard in my entire life. At some point, there was a sax solo that was off key.
Oh, wow.
It was a disaster. And that was the thing. He had two different music breaks. Abel Ferrara music breaks. Him playing original songs. One lasted 10 minutes, the other one lasted 15 minutes on what was a 3-hour and 45-minute show that featured Cole Radrick. I can't for the life of me. Cole Radrick, Darrington Benston, fucking, Charles Manson, whatever the fuck that guy's name is. Mason. Oh, it was like,
because it's like Manson, but
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But it's like,
oh boy.
So it feels like he's trying to get in that like fourth row plane.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I only watched the first two matches of the show, which were LeBron Cozone versus Tracy Williams and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Darren Bengtsson, which apparently were both curated by Gresham, which actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Because like Tracy Williams was like his tag team partner, and ZSJ and Bengtsson are like occupy similar lane to him as far as being like technical wrestlers. So like I saw the vision there. Obviously, it breaks down the like deeper you go in the card, but at least like part of the like it sort of makes sense. I also thought those matches were pretty good. Like not insane by any stretch, but pretty
well, again,
okay.
I think it could be something good if it seemed like the card was like you were alluding to, like way too big. Like if they trimmed, because I heard like, so the wrestler producing it does like the top 4 matches on the card, like they pick those, and the rest is
him.
Yeah. I think if you kept it like, we're just gonna have 4 or 5 matches on this card, and then you can add in to fill out like, we got a guest music, a musical guest, and we got someone coming out and do. But like if you wanted to do that, I think that would be a much better way to do it. So to keep it like if you want it to be an event, have it be an event. Don't make it like AEW like 12-hour card. And then also, by the way, here's 2 sets from Abel Ferrara.
It works. It's a great idea for a TEW save. it's not necessarily interesting as a 4-hour show. And I think that was just the thing that I struggled with across the board. And Bengtson, like, bless his heart, but like, I mean, he's like, if you added the swerve flourishes to a Jonathan Gresham, like foundational base for wrestling. I was like, whatever.
I got to say, with Bengtson, like, I know there are people who are super high on him. Apologies to Tim, but I don't see it.
I don't either.
All I
Yeah.
see is the most theater kid wrestler to ever be a theater kid wrestler, which he's literally a theater kid wrestler.
A theater kid.
They did the promo because they referenced ZSJ talking about Shakespeare to dogs and so Bengtson was talking about how he went to England to do theater.
He also read Shakespeare
to a dog.
He literally read Shakespeare to his puppy. That was the highlight of the show, I'll say. It was fucking terrible. It was corny as fuck, but there was a puppy. I'm okay with that. That's fine. The main event was good. I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't. I liked it. I thought it could have been one of those instances where Abe and Gresham and post-stroke Gresham, you're starting to think about like how that could be a comedy match. Didn't really do much of that. I thought it was really solid. The finish of it was really fucking cool. But it also has what is easily the worst Mad Dog Connolly match I've seen. I think like if you're getting that guy on a show and your thought is I need to put him in a tag match with fucking Beastman, Effie, and Mance Warner, like I think it might be time to kill the project dead at that point. That was the shortest match on the card at 10 minutes.
This show was in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Brooklyn. Yeah,
they are fucking stupid for running that show and for running that match in New York. That's a New Jersey match. That's a no commission state match.
Yeah, completely. As the thing, there was no blood in it. It was fucking nothing. It was oh god, it sucked the life out of me. And then this other thing too, where apparently they have red cards and yellow cards, which serve no fucking functional purpose. It just sounds like it sounds like it really seems like the guy is like putting together a bunch of concepts that could make interesting wrestling shows, and then just failing to realize that like the synthesis of the things that he's seeking to do, you actually have to commit to doing well. And I think that's the thing with the produce, right? Like Vin, what you're essentially alluding to is like it's called produce because it alludes to Japanese independent produce matches, but it's only half that. It's like it sees half of an idea and thinks if I just throw as much shit against the wall, something interesting is going to happen. And let's let that happen for 3 hours and 45 minutes on a fucking Monday night after a 5-hour AEW pay-per-view.
Well, that
and
is
then put
also
it on the same fucking network.
And maybe it's just like a pointless complaint, but like it being on a Monday, I was actually, when I first heard of it, I was planning on going, and then I saw it was a Monday night, and I was like, I can't swing that on
in
Monday
Brooklyn.
night.
Yeah, God, you would have got home at 1 o'clock in the morning from that.
Yeah.
Fuck me, Jesus Christ.
Like,
Anyway,
don't you want it to be an event like big Saturday night? We're gonna get, at least like a 500 seat, maybe even like 1,000 seat venue, because we know like people are gonna be interested. It's New York City. We can bring people out from the tri-state area. Like, take a big swing.
Yeah, sure. Anything but what it was, to be honest. And yeah, if you were there at the show, could have been fun. But like for the life of me, I was just. It took me 2 nights to watch it. It felt like a fucking drag. I really felt like I wasted my fucking time.
So, you should produce a show now where you kill Dan.
True.
Great idea.
Let me ask you this. Besides, you said the main event was good. Were there any other matches from the card that you think are worth watching?
Not going out of your way to watch. I don't think so.
No.
Oh, man.
I was like mildly interested in Liza Hall versus Billy Starks, but I don't know if I'll actually get around to that.
I'm not a fan of that match. It wasn't bad, but I felt like I left that match being like, wow, there's a lot missing from Liza Hall's work. Basically, the note I wrote for myself about that match is that she's not good at anything that isn't submission based.
Mm-hmm.
I even just mean like walking around the ring. Like she's not good at that yet. Maybe she'll figure it out. I'm also pretty low on Billy Starks. I'm not particularly a big Billy Starks fan. I am in like a GCW setting when she's gonna like take the stupidest, most disgusting bump on the face of the planet. But like just in a straight wrestling match, nah, that's not for me. Like in the slightest.
Sure.
So if you got nothing going on and there's like nothing on your backlog that you want to check out, go to town. But like you're not gonna have missed anything by not looking at that match.
All right. Cool.
Cowboy Way and Priest and Billington was fun. I gave that a solid 3. Go out of your way to watch it. I'm not too sure. I mean, if you're into those guys, absolutely you're gonna like it. Yeah, if you like those guys, you're gonna like it.
So.
Same. I didn't feel like my time was wasted in that match at all. But I think like in a 9 card independent, in a 9 match independent card that lasts 4 hours.
Yeah.
After a 5-hour pay-per-view, I just was like, what in the flying fuck? Anybody who like has a positive thing to say about this match or about the show, bless your heart. I really don't know what's going on there. It just felt like such a fucking waste of time. I've never been so angry.
I think we're at the point where, there's a lot of criticism leveled at WWE for like, okay, their fans, here are the keys that are being jingled in front of their fans. And I think we are at a point where it's just a different set of keys being dangled
100%.
in front of, quote unquote, smart fans.
100%. 100%. I think AEW is just as guilty of jingling those keys. And I think that this is basically, this entire production seems to be filling the gap, seems to be trying to fill the gap of what AEW killed on the independent scene. When you think about what it's done with Segunda Caída, with the Segunda Caída, like, what are they redesigning their website, or they're updating the search functionality on that?
I forgot about that.
I thought it was that they were going to bring back the DVD VR forums.
Yeah, we're going to do both, allegedly.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to watch this guy's eventual crash out, because there's no way this is. And look, if I eat my words on this, if you listen to this podcast, pal, I'm greatly sorry. I hope you take this as constructive criticism, and maybe you'll figure it out, or maybe I'm just not doing it.
Crash out.
We know.
We haven't had any promoter crash out at Orchid yet, right?
Not yet.
All right, so yeah, here's open.
Just about me to Orchid.
Yes, that's fair. And then I did also have both those people eventually apologize to me after I reviewed the show in a positive light.
Apologize to you. No apologies to me, but I also was the one who was just like, I don't give a shit.
I like the show. I didn't want. I was planning on reviewing it before they got angry at us. But yeah, I might end up writing something about produce, about how fucking terrible it was. And I don't know if I'll find the time to do it, but I feel really called to. It really just talked to me. Just like so many people are trying to just like, there's a huge gap in terms of like in America specifically about like what a second major company has taken from it. And with DPW close, that was the other thing too. Like you'd see so many people who used to be photographers for DPW at this show. And there are elements of DPW to it, but that's the thing, is it's just like trying to be like 150 fucking different things, and it doesn't feel like anything. Also, man, I couldn't get over it. There's a shoot Charles Mason video package in it, where he talks about how he's a violent person because he can't be violent in real life.
He's a violent person? Is he going to be on the pod?
Charlie, if you're listening, you're welcome anytime. I would love for you and Pat to have a sit down.
I gotta say,
nothing would make me happy.
I think I'm higher on Charles Mason than a lot of people. His ideas are fucking insane, but in a way where I'm just kind of like, I'm glad someone is doing this kind of crazy shit. Like,
yeah, me too.
And the rest, when he's just like fucking, jumping face first off a ladder and stuff like that, like those are fun matches. He had a pretty good one with Slade and Cruel versus the Cogers, where he was just eating shit left and right.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm more like mildly positive on him than I am like a hard negative on him. He's a fun watch.
I mean, I think a lot of the people who are the hardest negative on him are the people who only saw him versus Richard Holiday in the cage match, which was bad.
Yeah, fair. Exactly. I don't think he didn't have a bad match with Red. It was like maybe like 8 minutes too long. But yeah, it was serviceable. I do like how like just fucking brain numb he could be at times too, just with like just pulling out stupid spots for no particular purpose. In that match, I really got a big kick out of Red did a springboard onto Mason, who caught him and then hit him with a pile driver at the 13-minute mark, and then Red kicked out at 1. I was just like, what? It was like 2.5 hours into the show. I was just like, what in the flying fuck? What are we doing here? What is happening? But yeah, I think generally speaking, does anybody else have any other major thoughts on Orange Produce before I wrap this up and talk about what's been on the site lately?
Should we look at the card for the next produce and take our bets as to whether or not you'll like it more?
I
Yes.
will say that I there's a chance, right? Like it is Taiga Style is the next one,
Yep,
if I'm not
it's
mistaken.
Lee Moriarty co-produce.
Yeah, I like Lee. What's on there?
Oh,
All right, I got to pull it up right here.
Thank you.
All right.
The 6-man tag team match with TME, Duke Davis, Gannon Jones Jr., and Mike Montgomery against question mark. I think that was Marcus Maverick before WWE pulled him in.
Yeah,
Produce
they did
crashed out.
announce who
Yeah.
announce who it was.
Oh, is it?
But it's on Twitter.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
just looking at the
I
cage
don't
match.
remember who.
Sure. Against G Sharp, Titus Alexander, and whoever the replacement is. That's the first match. The second match, Matt Mako, Oni King, and Tracy Williams against Cowboy Way and LeBron Cozone. A match at my heart.
Sure.
Beastman versus Marco Stunt.
Oh,
That
boy.
might be funny. It's not going to be good, but it might be funny.
Gabby Forza versus Rana Yagami. That's one of the starting people they're bringing in.
All right.
Yeah, she's got 2 matches. Last I saw.
Joey Janela versus Darian Bankston.
Hard
thank
pass.
God. Let's get it. I hope that goes 48 minutes.
Ali Catch, Dark Sheik, Emerson Jane, and yeah, Rana Yagami is in this match too, apparently. Against Janai Kai, Jordan Blade, Nikki XS, and Steph Delander. Fred Rosser versus Effie.
Let's
Oof.
go.
Mance Warner versus Mad Dog Connolly for the
So that one, since
That'd
they're
be
doing
fun.
it in New Jersey at the White Eagle Hall, that should actually be pretty good.
It's
Yeah, that could
also
be fun.
it's a no DQ match, so here's hoping.
Okay, yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good, and that'll be like 8 minutes.
And then the main is Lee Moriarty versus Jonathan Gresham for the ROH Pure title. So the real question is, who's the musical guest for this one?
I think they announced it.
Oh, did they?
I just gotta, he does all this shit through Twitter, so I have to.
Is it Fetty Wap? Because if it's Fetty Wap, now we're
I
talking.
wish. I think he signed a GCW exclusive.
Nice. Me too.
It's
So-
Ninja Sonic.
I have
okay.
no idea who that is.
Grew up with him. Been a big fan. my whole
So
life.
there's like 3 matches on this
So
card that I think I want to watch.
By the way, the replacement for what's his name, Marcus Mathers, is Manny Lowe.
Okay, I like Manny Love.
All right.
But yeah, there's like 3. I will probably watch 3 matches from this card if I had to guess. Maybe 4.
I'm not watching the whole fucking show again. I'll tell you that much.
No, it's like
I guarantee you I do. I guarantee you Dan's like, I want to watch the whole show.
Orchid, let's take a
And
pact
I
right here and
don't.
right now. Together, we're gonna not watch shows. We're not gonna watch matches that we're not interested in.
How easily are you manipulated by straight white men from the Midwest?
Not especially.
Oh, fuck. See, that's our big difference.
Well,
All
that's
right, I'm gonna do. All right, Nathan.
Natan.
Natan. Fuck, I tried. I'm going to
Canceled.
do my best. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I'm going to do my best to honor that.
I believe
But
in
I
you.
feel like if Dan's listening, I know he's gonna want to wrap me in.
Yeah, Dan.
Well,
I'll
we're
be
killing
thinking of
him,
you.
so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, suck my
That's a good
dick,
point.
Dan.
Fuck you. All right. Anything else on Orange Crush?
I got
All right,
nothing.
fantastic. Moving on. So before we hop into the wacky line, just a quick update on what's been on the site lately. There is a 2CW doing the work, I think, from June 29th, if I'm not mistaken. I think that that's the wrap up for 2006, if I'm not mistaken. So Sam does have another 2CW post. Check that out. there is a new episode of QNTR. Quentin still MIA after recording 21 straight hours of podcasting. Not straight, but 21 hours total after GWE. I hope Quentin's okay. But
I
Cole,
tried to listen to that. And
the 21-hour
yeah,
podcast.
and like I was gonna be
Yeah.
like, I'll listen to it like 30 minutes here and 30 minutes there. And I think Steph and Quentin were like really interesting, but I could not.
That was a lot. I probably got about like 13 or 14 hours into it, and
Yeah,
then I launched another podcast, and that got in the way of it.
Yeah, something like that.
I thought they did a good job for what the idea was to go through 200 wrestlers and give their opinions on them. I think they did as good of a job as humanly possible. But by the time I hit by the time you hit hour 13, you could hear the soul being sucked out of both of our bodies. Yeah, hopefully Quentin, hope you're alive, spotting and doing all right and not thinking about wrestling. But Canada's favorite baby boy, the People's Princess, Cole, did fill in for that episode, so check that out. I got maybe like 15 minutes into it. I really enjoyed it. Love Cole, love Tim, two of my favorite white boys.
I love that Tim brought Cole on because he thought that this was the AEW pay-per-view in Canada and Cole was the Canadian correspondent, and then it was in like California.
Yeah. Yep. I love when Tim's locked in. Nothing makes me happier. So that was really delightful. And then there's an episode of Patron Saints of Six Sons of Bitches. Colette and I released part 2 of the John Cena podcast. So 4 hours worth of covering John Cena's career. I feel so normal and sane about my life choices lately. Fortunately, this week's episode will be about Megumi Kudo. I'm very excited about that. The first vibes-based, exactly. The first vibes-based argument. So geeked on that. And
so who's on which side of the argument?
I mean, we both are. I mean, when we both like somebody, we're not like.
Okay, I thought you meant
not
argument
doing like
as in
an
it was going to
ESPN
be a
debate
conflict.
show.
No. Yeah, definitely not conflict based. We're trying to give our honest opinions about it as much as possible. Although Cena, we did kind of like reverse a little bit. I was a little bit higher on the end of Cena's career than Colette was, and vice versa. Which makes sense if you know like our sensibilities. So yeah, no, we're both big Kudo people. I can't wait to talk about Megumi Kudo. I'm so excited. The original Sky Blue, some might say. I'm about to for 2 hours on Sunday. So
somebody's gonna lose their mind about that.
So you say somebody?
Somebody, yeah, not me, but just like somebody's gonna be like, "How dare you comparing this Joshi legend?" And they're just gonna be very normal about it, like extremely normal.
I mean, yeah, open your eyes, man. Just to see the beauty. All right, you'll want to answer some listener questions.
I'm down.
All right, let's go. Question for the pod: when is Zoran Mondami guesting on the pod? I hear your audience can really see themselves in that guy.
Well, the problem is after Orchid kills Dan, it's going to be too much of a political liability. It like all of the other shit he could like probably skate by, but like a podcast of murderers is probably not good for your career.
No, we're only going to be able to get Brad Lander.
I also think that with Mamdani's noted love of AEW, he's probably better suited to QNTR, where he and Tim can just lock in. While Tim somehow maintains that we shouldn't talk about AEW forever. While Tim avowedly declares himself a fan of small room wrestling, and then proceeds to spend the next 3 hours talking about the latest AEW show.
Pat, let me ask you this. What do you think of the next pay-per-view that's going to get reviewed on QNTR? Do you think it's going to be the next one, or is they going to wait till All In?
I know that Tim and I have talked about something for the end of the year, but between now and then, I don't know.
Well, you got 6 months.
That's the thing is, I'm shocked I honestly don't know his plans. He might have something ready to go for produce. It seems like the sort of thing he'd want to talk about. He'd want to preach the gospel of LeBron Cozone.
Well, we should all be preaching that gospel.
It's true. I hadn't even thought about how like it's a very very Tim centric card. But yeah, there's a lot on there for Tim. I didn't even think about that. There really is. That's incredible. I know everybody talks about everyone is 12, like that whole argument, like about like people like being like wanting to be Vikings and like be homesteaders. I think that's really apt description of right wing folks. I think most folks who are left of center, a little more left of liberal, really just want to be 14.
Sure.
So when Zoran turns 18, that's when we'll have him on the pod. We have had enough problems with underage people in our network.
So
yeah,
after his first term?
Yeah, I mean, potentially, who knows? He might go full Obama at that point. Never hear from him again. He'll start producing documentaries about tarantula hawk wasps, something of that nature. But yeah, Zoran, I hope you have a great summer. Just enjoy as much ice cream as you possibly can before high school starts.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed produce.
Yeah, completely. And thanks for freezing the rent of a very small minority of folks in New York who probably already are benefiting from cheap rent. Anyway, I'm gonna stop being political. Next question. Question for the podcast: Who is your partner's favorite wrestler? Natan,
I am single and ready to mingle. Don't have an answer.
Oh my God, I can play matchmaker on this podcast. Does anybody want to go on a date with a beautiful mailman?
I would. I'm single.
You're really stretching the definition of beautiful there. And you also trampled over. I was going to joke and say Daniel Maccabee and let people figure it out, but
oh, I'm so happy you and Tim have a beautiful relationship together. My wife loves Kenny Omega. That's probably her favorite. I think as the years go by and the darkness in my soul bleeds out into her when it comes to professional wrestling, she still loves Kenny. I think she's really amped on the next couple of weeks, and I'm excited to go on this ride with her. I'm gonna grin and bear another MJF versus Kenny Omega match and approach her with love in my heart. So yeah, my wife's a big Kenny guy.
I did not watch the last one, and I won't be watching the next one.
Can't blame you. Cannot blame you. I mean, it's not an exciting path between MJF and Will Ospreay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see her reaction because she hates both MJF and Will Ospreay. So it'll be. I can't wait to see how she handles it. She's probably going to be so mad when he drops the title to Ospreay. I can't wait. It's going to be so fucking cute. All right. Next question. It's been 24 hours. Did Dan learn how to masturbate yet? Well, you know what? We don't fucking know because he's out giving blowjobs and sitting in the cuck chair to some beautiful family in West Virginia as they decide whether or not they're going to ruin their lives and buy a $200,000 house. All right.
You think he shows them the cuck chair? He's like, he gives them the tour of the room, and he's like, also, there's this little chair in the corner. We all know what it's for.
I mean, if I'm imagining Dan giving my wife and I a tour of a house, if there's a chair in the corner, there's no way in hell he doesn't like make a cuck chair joke. I miss you, baby. Come back.
Stay strong, Orchid. Keep your hate pure.
I still love him.
Keep your hate pure.
All right. Q for the P. Where was your honeymoon?
These are all just questions for Orchid.
No. This was because of Eamon. Just got married. And him and his wife, partner or spouse, were on a honeymoon. So that was really what kind of brought it up. Somebody asked Eamon where they were honeymooning, and I asked if that was a question for Eamon or for the podcast. And so it turned into a Q for the P. My honeymoon was in Austin, Texas. We spent a lot of fucking money on our wedding, and then decided instead of traveling to spend a lot of money on a staycation, and then plan to go on vacation in March of 2020. And well, so that's now we're both disabled. So that's kind of the logic on that one. I am hoping that in a few years we finally get to take our honeymoon, probably on our 10-year anniversary, and go to Japan. That's the plan. Next one is more for all of us. Where is the best honeymoon destination?
Let's see. It's probably like Hawaii or something. We're being honest.
Wow. Colonizer over here.
Well, I was trying to think about like a tropical place that's not
Yeah.
like a tropical destination that's not been colonized, but those don't really exist. So,
Wow.
but you're like doing
yeah.
it from the perspective of the people visiting, right? Not the people being colonized. But
Yeah.
like some people go to Europe for their vacation, and for their honeymoon, that just sounds like 10 times worse. I don't know.
I mean, you
I
could flip
think-
it around and go to a colonized place, but go to like Port-au-Prince, Haiti,
Right.
and just get like find like the worst like conflict region you can, and be like, all right, honeymoon time. Not sure
Yeah.
my wife's going to come back, but I just got this life insurance policy. Anyway, I was going to say Glenwood, West Virginia.
I live on Staten Island, so why would I want to go anywhere else, baby?
Heaven on earth.
Heaven
friend of
on
mine-
Now that
heaven on
Dan's
earth.
done a good job selling, this land of $200,000 houses, I'm kind of like, I want to check out what Glenwood's all about.
You're gonna
We
put
should
in
all
a.
move.
Hey, can I
I
live
don't
with
want to move
Dan?
there. I just want to like vacation there.
Sure.
Can I move in with
Sorry.
Dan?
Yeah, there's enough people in that house. You'd fit. You'd just be one of many.
friend-
So yeah, why not?
Nice. That's socialism in action.
A friend of mine's mom got remarried in September of 2023, and in October of 2023, she was going to go on her honeymoon to the genocidal state of Israel. So that would have been a great
Hell
one.
yeah.
Didn't end up
Hell yeah.
happening, so that's like one small win, I guess.
Yeah, completely.
Would you call
I would
that? Would you call
say-
that trip wife right?
I would now.
All right. I think my answer to this would probably be, if you're asking seriously, do something all inclusive. Go somewhere tropical. Spend however much money as it'll cost, and then just not worry about food or drink for the rest of the week. That's probably the right way to do it.
My real
Um,
answer is I work with a guy from Barbados, and the way he talks about Barbados makes me be like, Barbados sounds pretty awesome.
Oh, I believe it. Shit.
Fucking going from Barbados
Fuck.
to Boston, that's a downgrade.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Probably. All right. The next question is fun too. Where do you think the following wrestling couples would have honeymoons? First is Macho Man and Elizabeth, and Love Island. I don't. They probably should have just went to therapy. Anyone got another answer for that?
No.
Vegas.
I don't want to think about it. Vegas. Yeah.
Where they should go, or where we think they did go.
Where do we think the following wrestling couples would have honeymoons?
Oh, Vegas.
I feel like it would be like Disney World. It would be that kind.
That's fair.
I can
Oh,
imagine
that's
Macho
a better
Man
answer.
being like a Disneyland adult.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Billy and Chuck.
Model Land.
Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Hell.
Arby's.
Hell and Arby's, same fucking place. Kane and Lita.
Hell.
Arby's.
Arby's. All right. First video game you remember playing.
Let me think.
It was an X-Men Tiger Toys LCD handheld. I'm pretty sure.
For me, it was Double Dribble or Mike Tyson's Punch Out, one or the other.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first video game system we got was the hand-me-down Nintendo from one of my cousins, and so it was either Punch Out or Super Mario, or maybe Duck Hunt.
Yeah, the elevator action for NES.
Elevator action?
Yeah.
The fuck was that?
A game about fucking in elevators.
Yeah. No, it's like you It's based on a version of a Taito arcade game where you basically start off every level at the top of an elevator,
Yes.
on a big building, and you have to get to the bottom of the building, and along the way, like, there are these red doors that you have to go in to like get these secret files, and you can't get shot, but you have a gun, you could shoot other people. Like, it's fun. It's nice, good arcade fun on your Nintendo Entertainment System.
There was a
I'm looking now. I remember it.
There was a Nintendo Entertainment System on the last AEW pay-per-view. That was fun.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I did see those clips. Shout out to Cormac McCarthy fan, Kyle O'Reilly. All right. Next question. Q for the P. What's the fucking point anymore? Why even bother?
Well, thank you, Dan, for the question. There is no point anymore. Don't even bother trying to masturbate anymore. That time has passed. Look inside your soul, stare in a mirror, look into your eyes. What do you see? Someone who doesn't know how to masturbate and doesn't fucking deserve to.
Wow.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
Plus, if you die, you're going to miss Produce Volume 2.
I know. Well, I take it all back. You can't miss Produce Volume 2.
I really was planning on like giving a whole little like sort of bell hooks-esque. There's it's worth the struggle is worth it. But after watching Produce, I'm no longer cold to anymore.
Incredible. How many suicides do you think the Produce will be responsible for before they stop running?
Well, if we weren't going to get some fucking sassy tweets from Orange Crush before now, now we definitely are.
Wow, that was beautiful. You've been on this podcast 2 weeks in a row. All right, that was we've gotten to you. Cue for the podcast. Best TLC show.
Oh God.
I don't think I've ever watched a TLC branded pay-per-view.
I have, but not like in a million years. I honestly couldn't tell you like what any match was on any one show.
Okay, audible question. Who's your favorite member of TLC?
Left Eye.
Who are the other ones? There's Left Eye. There's
Chili and T-Boz.
I couldn't tell you that either.
No, it's Left Eye for burning down Andre Rizon's house.
Exactly.
And the answer to this question is pretty easy. It's Little People, Big World. But I had a different interpretation of this than y'all did.
Sure did.
Yeah, sure did.
It's not my 600-pound life or my strange addiction.
No, definitely Little People, Big World. I love that guy's voice. I could get lost in it for days. Shouts to you, Maddie.
What?
Scott, he sounded his the cutest little voice. I really like. I'm attracted to the strangest men. Question for the pod: what match would you show to someone who wasn't into wrestling to show what you love about wrestling?
I asked this one, so I feel like I don't know if I should answer it.
I do that all the time. I ask questions I want to answer.
Because the answer I had, I was thinking about it, I don't know, it felt like sort of masturbatory. Sorry, Dan. But I was thinking like the Chigusa versus Dump Hair versus Hair match. Mostly because like, for one thing, I want to show a match without English commentary because I want to show that you can tell a story strictly in a wrestling ring. So that's like obviously it's like a million matches. But I also wanted to show like a match where the crowd reaction and the crowd connection was so critical, and that's like the best example that I can think of. So that was like what I was thinking.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. Vin?
That's quite a question. God, I would really have to think about that. Maybe Taka Michinoku versus Great Sasuke.
That's a good one. We watched that together. I like that match a lot.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Pat?
I think this question has come up a fair number of times in our Discord, and a lot of times just in every wrestling discussion forum ever, where people are like, what they want to ask is like, how do I get, this person that I care about to enjoy like the stuff that I enjoy on the terms that I enjoy it? And it's kind of like, how do I get them to like, quote unquote, good wrestling? And you don't.
Yeah.
They come to it and they click with it or they don't. The way in is to show them something that's quirky and fun and honestly probably more on the ridiculous side than not.
Yeah.
So to have them, you have to kind of lampshade the question of, so why are you watching, guys in underpants fake fighting?
Yeah.
By
So you're saying it should be Orange Cassidy matches?
I'm Orange Cassidy, La Parka in WCW,
Yeah.
Dan
Yeah.
Shokudino if they are liable to find it funny as opposed to offensive.
Yeah.
That like comedy, stuff that's pointedly ridiculous. Also stuff that's ideally under 8 minutes. Because
show them Danhausen
I
versus
see
Tracksuit
people like
Chris
recommending like,
Benet.
oh, I would show someone Omega Okada 4, and I'm just like,
You're out
what
of your
the fuck
mind.
are you
Yeah.
talking? Like, no one
Yeah.
who is not already predisposed to sitting through a 45-minute wrestling match is going like, this person will be looking at their phone in minute 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, show them Danhausen versus the tracksuit brute Chris Benet from Warriors of Wrestling at the Staten Island Fun Station.
I do like tracksuit Chris Brute. He's pretty good. Yeah. To Pat's point, I think there's a two-pronged answer to this for me. If that's the goal, is to like sort of show somebody who you are interested in why you love this. My answer to that question is, Wim Winters is Paris, Texas, and I'm never mentioning that I like wrestling. But if the person actually is expressing interest in me, like if they're telling me they want to see something specifically, like if they're like, no, I'm a little freak who's into this sort of thing, I'm absolutely going with a quick match. I think I would default to the quickest. I'd want something that was a surprise that was really encapsulated in the audience, or was this something that people are really like building for? So I think I would default to Pat brought up La Parka. I think Goldberg La Parka would be a great one. I think that match speaks.
I think that one's almost a little too short. I would
It might
probably
be.
I would probably go with there's an 8-man tag that has La Parka, Hector Garza, Super Calo, a bunch of other people that has like 2 insane Super Calo crowd dives. It has La Parka doing his thing. It has a crowd going nuts the entire time. And I'm like, that's the sort of thing I would want to show, just to be like, look, these guys are doing crazy stuff and it's fun. The people are reacting to it. It's not just me, a lonely nerd, sitting at my computer studying it.
So as the person who asked this question, I actually do know the intent, and it was mostly just like I was like a thought exercise and not like practical advice.
I took it beyond answering you, and I'm kind of like answering the server in the million fucking times we're going to have this conversation.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think for me, I loved what Darby and MJF did. And if I was answering the question about like what I loved about professional wrestling, it's that moment of surprise. And I think like they're like when you are building towards like sort of that balloon like popping, and you could feel it palpably in the arena. Like that's really what I'm seeking to do. I would want it to be quick. I do love the way that entire show built towards that match. That's a 5-star match to me. I think it's fucking perfect. It ended a reign of terror for me, even though it was short. But yeah, it gave me hope for a brief period of time that wrestling could be cool and great. So, pivoting to the next question, which I really like as well. What is the match you would show someone to get them to not watch more wrestling? And I think that's such a great question.
There's so many that would be like a reasonable answer, like a bazillion matches that would be a reasonable answer. But like, you have to think the best one.
I think for me, it's Oku Osprey, 2024. That match, but we used to have people over our house to watch AEW, and they would often stay after the fact to watch like more wrestling that was happening outside of AEW, and they get really excited about it. Dave was talking about that match being the greatest match of all time. We watched it right after Will's debut in AEW, and those people stopped coming over to watch wrestling after that.
That's incredible.
So that's my answer. It actually like did have people in my life stop watching wrestling.
Yeah, I do think sadly a lot of the consensus Matt D classics are going to be ones that just, if you're not already in the game, it's not going to keep you. I think Paul Walter Hauser throwing shade at Nick Bockwinkel had a little more truth to it than people want to acknowledge.
Yeah, I think that's true. Like, you hear some people talk about how, like, wrestling has gotten this way, like, hyper-action focused because of Dave. And I feel like that's overstating his importance. Like, when I was 9, I thought doing a million moves was the greatest shit ever, and I had never fucking heard of Dave, you know?
Yeah,
Who
moves are
doesn't
cool.
want to watch a light boy?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to watch a little white boy cook for a little bit? You know what I mean?
That's true.
You talking about Dave or Will Ospreay?
All of the above.
I'm talking about Jack Evans, baby.
Talking about Jack
for true.
Evans. Talking about Shawn Michaels.
That's less true.
Oh, don't say that in front of Pat.
I accept that people have the right to be wrong.
It's not that I think Shawn Michaels is bad necessarily. It's that it is less good than Jack Evans.
Well, I think that's fair. But Shawn did appeal to a certain subset of folks at a different period of time. And I love that Pat remains steadfast in that.
I'm steadfast in it. And I also, I feel like a lot of the people who hate Shawn the most are the people who swallowed the whole of his career, like in a span of 2 months.
Yeah,
and meanwhile, I'm someone who watched his career in real time and just kind of stopped around 2003.
Smart way to go about
and
it.
Was just like, yeah, I remember fucking, 1997 Shawn Michaels. That's how he's preserved in amber forever. And he is the number 2 GWE.
Who was your number 1?
It was Austin.
Okay.
I mean, that was honestly a pretty easy pick for me.
Yeah. Makes complete sense. Vin, do you have a pick for match you would show somebody to get them to not watch more wrestling?
To not watch more wrestling? I don't know. Maybe one of those GCW Hammerstein shows.
Oh, yeah. No, something where the crowd is completely dead would be good.
Where the match goes 12 minutes longer than it should, and the crowd just doesn't care. Oh, holy shit.
I mean, when you show someone a match and it's like everyone's just stone silent, it's like you're really teaching them. But like, yeah, not even the crowd who paid to be there thinks this is good.
Maybe the Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, Red Cage match.
Okay. I don't know what that is, and I hope I never have to watch it, but I'm sure I will at some point.
Hello, Dan.
I know how to jerk off.
No, you don't.
Yeah, because I fucking taught you, Dan. I taught you how to do that shit.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm really good at it.
Well, I don't know about that.
I've never complained.
My mouth is pretty sore. So,
how is the showing, Dan?
They put an offer in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're probably going to get it.
That's good. There's not a lot of people bidding for that house?
I mean, it's in Glenwood, West Virginia. I don't know what to tell you. They're very nice people.
Well,
I tried so hard.
We were just talking about how Glenwood's a popular vacation spot.
Everyone's checking out. There's
everyone
I think
masturbates there.
There's at least one gas station.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
right.
2.
Okay.
Is there a general store?
Big town.
There might be a Dollar General, but I can't picture it. I think you just got the gas station. Maybe the gas station might be a Parmar. I can't tell you. I don't get out that way as much as you would think.
No, you
how
don't
many
go out
stop
to
signs
the normal parts,
or how many stoplights in that city?
I mean, probably 1.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
I like the show enough that I offered listing agent $200 to show it for me. She wouldn't do it.
Oh my God.
I couldn't go higher than that. I mean, I like you guys.
Yeah,
but...
I can believe it. Yeah, that's fine. 200. That's more than I would think we're worth. Well, you missed the
You missed the
Orange Crush
entire
talk.
show.
Oh, Orange Crush. That guy's like really cool and normal.
Yeah, completely. We are not going back to that though.
Let's
But the question.
Match number 1. We have a 6-woman tag match. It was fine.
The question. I'm ignoring you. The question was. Sorry, 1 second. I lost it.
What match would you?
What is the match you would show? Yeah, what match? What is the match you would show someone to get them to not watch more wrestling?
Probably like one of those like 24-hour battle royals. Is that cheating?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that would put you off the entire thing.
I like the
You like
Infinity
made
Rumble.
them watch the entire thing, like sat them down in the chair.
Yeah.
Like that one. What's that?
Clockwork Orange.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
I almost said
Produce-
Orange Crush.
Produce Orange Crush? Yeah.
Yes.
Why the fuck are you so loud right now?
Yeah,
You're
what are
very
you-
fucking loud.
Who's
Yeah,
loud?
Dan.
You.
You
You control
very loud.
that.
It's
You're
like,
in charge. You can
no,
move the
no,
whole
it's
thing
not.
over.
It's like you learned how to
I can't.
masturbate, and all of a sudden you want to like shout it from the fucking rooftops.
I'm on the app. I'm on my phone right now. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh God. Yeah, I can't move everybody's volume down besides yours because my life is hell.
Oh, that's
so
very
great.
funny. Is this better? I'm farther away.
That's slightly better. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, please get the phone out of your mouth like you're sucking it off.
Yeah,
That's why I'm so good at masturbating. I use my mouth.
get back to the cuck chair.
Was there a cuck chair in that house that you just showed?
There was no chairs. It was empty. Somebody died.
Oh,
Did they die in the cuck chair?
Hopefully.
Dan's about to die. Dan's about to die in the cuck chair. Pat, do you have an answer to the question? What match were you showing someone to get them to stop watch wrestling? Did you answer it?
Yeah, I
apologize.
did. I said a
Okay.
lot of the canonical classics that people who already have skin in the game will venerate are ones that will turn off a normie or who will make them think wrestling is ridiculous in the bad way.
All right, question for the pod. What match would you show to someone who hasn't started a fire to show what you love about starting fires?
What?
The Kane Undertaker Inferno match.
That's a good one.
The Hulk
what was-
Hogan when he's like trying to blow the fireball at the Ultimate Warrior.
I'd like that Matthew Justice versus Cruel match where Justice sets Cruel on fire from XPW. We all know that one.
Was it Blood and Guts where Darby had the flamethrower? Or was it?
Yeah,
Or was it the other
maybe?
gimmick?
yeah, it was Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
It was Blood and Guts.
Or that
No,
one
it was
fucking
Stadium Stampede. Stadium Stampede.
that
Blood-
fucking match
blood
where
and
Masada lit his beard on fire.
My answer to this is Kendall Gray versus Lola Vice from Great American Bash on August 28th, 2026. This question I have been looking forward to all fucking day. And I have no idea how I'm going to answer it. If there was, question for the podcast. If there was a Violent People restaurant, what meal would be named after you? Why'd I read it like that? Okay.
I mean, your name has food in it, Dan. Come on.
Somebody driving right now?
No, that's the parking lot behind me, or I guess the street behind me, more likely.
That's dangerous.
I am.
Natan lives in a parking lot, is what I've learned, and an airport parking lot, actually.
Correct.
Natan lives in the movie The Terminal.
That's pretty convenient for travel.
It is. It's
Some
true.
travel, not all travel.
Not international
I'm,
travel, because the closest airport is Burbank.
Okay.
R.I.P. Kobe Bryant.
Oh my god. This is how I found out.
All right, so I'll just answer quickly. Obviously, for the recently deceased, Tanner's a hot dog, Chris is a Reuben, and Sam is butter chicken. Obviously, but what about the rest of y'all?
It would be some sort of dessert, I think. Some sort of ice cream.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Like some sort of chocolate and, I don't know, something else.
That's so sweet.
I would. The one named after me would be the Star Wars Blue Milk.
The Pat is the Star Wars blue.
Yeah,
milk.
it's just the Star Wars Blue Milk that you could get at Disney.
Mhm.
I can't. I'm fried, man. I'm trying to take it. I started taking it too seriously, and then I started trying to rhyme Dan. I came up with this flan.
And the flan, so he's a big goopy
having
cum.
flan
He's
rice?
a big bowl of cum.
I would flan rice. Oh my god, my name's Rice, and I was just trying to rhyme Dan. I could have just been Rice.
Fuck. Oh man.
Fuck.
I'm a breakfast sandwich.
Ooh.
With prosciutto.
I'm gonna be a cookie puss.
All right. I gotta be clear. I don't understand this question. Q for the P. Could Prime Barca win the championship wearing jeans?
No fucking way.
Yeah, why
All
not?
right.
I'm going to say yes. Don't know what that question means, but I'm going to say yes.
All right. This one is a Q for the P, but I think it's for Dan specifically. Q for the P. PWH heel turn thoughts. And it has the link to the tweet. Watch and listen to the crowd. The people who paid money to watch this wrestling show are loving it. They do not care about the Twitter sphere's wiser than thou disdain parade. Sorry, it means you're Nick Bockwinkel. God.
I have convinced myself that's not Paul Walter Hauser because I want to love Paul Walter Hauser, and he's so fucking bad at Twitter.
I feel like this is part of who he is. Like, he's a wrestler and an actor. He's just going to have, like, these insane and sort of pompous takes, and it's just like who he is, right?
I'm convinced he's just gearing up to play Nick Bockwinkel in a fucking movie.
Oh my god, I think
That'd be fucking.
he deleted the tweet.
Why did you say that like fucking Bush guy in the announcement about 9/11?
What a coward.
No, that's so much worse. Like, if you're going to have a terrible opinion, or did he delete his Twitter? That's the best option.
That'd be.
Or he blocked you.
It's about time.
No,
Or he blocked me.
it's gone. I just checked. The tweet is gone. I just look for it.
Mr. President,
I can't get it. I can't get his whole account to load, so I might be blocked.
Mr.
Let's
President, I
see
don't want to
here.
alarm you, but Paul Walter Hauser has deleted a second tweet.
But it's it.
I almost fucking closed out of the podcast, rushing over to Twitter to see if he.
It looks like it's gone.
No, that post is from an account that no longer exists.
Yeah.
So he deleted
Oh
it.
my god, Jim Cornette fucking fried him.
Oh man, would be the first.
I mean, human waterbed's funny.
That's true. That's what he called him. He called him a human water.
He called him a human water. Oh wait. He might have called He might have called Mason Rook the human waterbed, actually.
Yeah, he
But
did.
he called somebody
That's
that.
really good.
Either way, good shit.
I don't give a fuck, bro. Cornette kills me. That motherfucker's hilarious. I was watching Dark Side of the Ring a few weeks ago, and there was that episode about Ludwig Vorga. And he's talking about Ludwig Vorga's "Do Not Enter" tattoo above his ass cheek. And man, Cornette's commentary on that with that specific accent, it just fucking cracks me up every time. Shouts to Jim Cornette, a good wrestler, better person.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Friend of the show.
He
the show.
also has a cuck chair.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Very good point. All right, Q for the P. Which member of the podcast is the big top? I know it's not me. I know it's not me. Is there a single top on this podcast?
I think I'm also the tallest. So
That's
I'm
true.
topless right now, if that helps.
that does help. I feel like it was Sam.
So, do you have to be like a straight person can't be a top? Is that how that works?
Well, I don't know.
They've appropriated everything at this point.
I don't think that straight people should be allowed to have sex.
I'm with you there.
That's why you
That's
masturbate so
fair.
much?
This is a very special 4th of July episode, ladies and gentlemen. Who's the big bottom of the podcast? Is it me or Chris?
Chris wants to be so badly.
I think we want Chris to be the bottom. I think all of us collectively want Chris to be the bottom.
So I
bad.
was going to argue that Sam is the power bottom. But
Well, he's gonna have to get through me for.
Oh my
big
god,
bottom.
we've lost Orchid.
I'm
What?
flying away. R.I.P.
He's gonna have to get through me because we're gonna have to have a bottom off then.
That well, you know what? We're talking about doing some streaming, so if you want to contribute money to
That's
MASH, I don't know what the acronym stands for, but
For this kind of stuff, we might have to be on Kick instead of Twitch.
we might have to be. Yeah, sure. All right. I love this question. Question for the pod: which percent of the AEW roster could you beat in a fight?
I think I could take Rebel.
Oh man, I believe in you.
Who's the member of the Discord that's like, I'm 300 pounds, and they would all bully me to death? That was
the
weird,
guy.
right?
It's the fucking guy who like every single day is like, does anyone want a voice chat? And the way he asks it every single day makes me think like, oh, he's jerking off.
It's like, I don't know, man. You're 300 pounds. You could probably beat up fucking Tommy Billington or something. You're fine.
Why
Calm
you
down.
gotta put me on blast like that?
Do you think you could beat up Brody Lee Jr. at this point? Because like 4 years ago, yes, but now I don't know.
This is all fun and games. I would whip the shit out of that little boy.
Okay, we're gonna isolate that and send it off.
Dan, could you beat Wheeler Yuta in a fight?
I like Wheeler Yuta too much. We'll probably just end up getting our beards tangled together.
But if it came down to it,
aren't you,
one-on-one, who would win?
Wasn't Dan like 5'6", right? Like 5'4"?
Yeah, so he's taller than most wrestlers.
Yeah, what are you
That's
talking
a good
about?
point.
Those midgets
That's a good
in
point.
He's got like a
AEW and
foot
the
on
Indies.
Otis Cogar.
It's just, listen, it's like we're at the point where no wrestlers have ever been in a real fight. How many real fights has Aaron Solo been in?
Aaron Solo, hot topic for conversation tonight.
Did you guys mention Aaron Solo already? That's good shit.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
a good
I
podcast.
did, yeah.
Have you not heard about Aaron Solo's thing?
Yeah, I've been thinking about him a lot because of that. Yeah. You want to tell the story?
Is it something to do with Arby's?
Yes.
No.
Well, sort
it
of.
does?
Yeah, the story that Cody told about him shooting his shot apparently had a bag of Arby's in his hand.
Oh, I missed that part of it.
But then Aaron Solo quoted and said it was a different restaurant.
It was Rallies.
Yeah. It was Checkers.
yeah.
He was packing a Big Buford.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what that is, but I want one.
You've never had a Big Buford?
I'll do that tonight. No, I haven't. Oh, I got Indian food.
I didn't know that there's a tanning salon around here named Checkers, and my niece would not shut up begging them to go to Checkers. And I just at one point was like, "This is the weirdest fucking thing you've ever asked me. We're not going to Checkers. We never eat at Checkers." And she didn't understand what I was yelling about.
God,
according to Wikipedia, Big Boom AJ is a member of the AEW roster. Could you beat him in a fight?
Fuck
Oh,
no.
That's a big boy.
Absolutely not. I could beat the fuck out of the Rizzler, though. I know that, but I wouldn't. But I wouldn't because I love him like my own son. It's the closest I'll ever have to a child. Is the Rizzler.
Maybe he's like really good at boxing. Like he's rubbing his chin because he's like protecting it. He's ready to have his hands up.
Well, it's like how it's like how male cats, if you don't fix them when they're around 6 months old, as they get older, they get kind of that big round head. And that's because of fatty jowls on their face that protects them from other cats' claws. That's kind of what the Rizzler has going on. Is like his skull
this is if you don't. And this is if you don't. This is if you don't get them fixed.
Yeah, if you don't get them fixed, like the testosterone and other male hormones keep building up in them, and their heads grow. But if you get them fixed pretty young, they don't do that.
I learned something new about cats over their heads just filled with jizz. Like,
anyway,
okay.
So the Rizzler is basically an unfixed cat. The Rizzler is like, do you remember when they did that thing? Like, here's the perfect simulation of like a human designed to survive a car crash. Like that's the Rizzler.
I do remember that.
Shock you about our Rizzler talk on this week's episode as well.
This is a Riddler-centric podcast.
This is just violent Rizzlers podcast.
I know J.K. Rowling will be mad at me for this, but like if it came down to it, like I'm pretty sure I could beat the fuck out of Julia Hart, like no problem, like light work. I'll take no effort whatsoever. Trying to think of other women on the women's roster that I could beat up. Shouts to JK. Hope you're listening to this. Boo.
I cannot name any women.
That's fair. You cannot.
Could
He
you?
doesn't see women. He doesn't see gender. I'm gonna move us on because
Yeah, it took a weird.
Because the
Yeah.
airplane's landing.
Yeah, Muhammad
Yeah.
Hassan's about to go.
Oh my god.
I think was not
question
expecting
for
that.
question for Orchid. Can you post a picture of your cat? Yes, but since you're on the podcast, which one? Does it matter? The one I like, the one I don't like, or
all of the
one
above,
that likes me? All of the above. Okay, yeah, I could do that. I can make that happen. No problem.
And then
I'm
post
gonna
you
start with the
dressed
one I
as a
like,
cat.
and then we'll go from there. I don't have that, but I do have a picture of me dressed as a peanut butter jelly sandwich somewhere.
If you're listening to this
Probably
podcast and you're in the Discord, post a picture of your cat.
yeah, please. Do in the miscellaneous section for my sake. Q for the P. Question for the pod. Who is a class trader that is not a giant bitch? Tim, get your own fucking podcast because I was gonna say Fidel Castro. I think that's a pretty good one. Che Guevara is another.
Have you
good
guys
one as
talked
well.
about Tim Cornette just fucking bringing out Q and TR just to talk about how much he hates Mexicans wrestling?
No, I haven't listened at all.
Oh, okay.
That's
You know,
good.
listen to first 4 minutes in, he's like, Mystico's actually not very good, and no one south of the border can wrestle. And I was like, all right, that's
My answer is
The
Frederick
thing
Engels.
is, Mexico really doesn't have anyone on the level of Darian Bankston.
That's fair. It's
he's
entirely
like
fucking
it's like
fair.
he's like I'm a big Jack Perry supporter. I don't think any luchador ever is good.
So, this is this Tim doing Parv? Because I remember during Parv
No,
used
that's
to,
on our kick.
yeah, Parv used to be in the
is
last
Rampage
Greatest Wrestler
Jackson's
Ever
son
thing,
filling
in the
in?
2016 one. Parv would just be post threads so what's the deal with Lucha? Why isn't it good? And then the body of the post would just be because I think it sucks. And then it would be 19 pages of dissertations responding to him while he's just but you know what? I think it's bad.
I want to take a diarrhea dump in Lucha's ear.
Going deep on the 2016 PWO threads was a fascinating time.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Fuck me.
I
I can only imagine.
Somebody said Asha Kong didn't know how to show emotion. Real shit.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Go off, Queen.
I feel bad for that one because Joseph's got 1 million fucking followers and has been posting that one fucking post from some poor dude on a message board.
I mean, fuck them.
Nonstop. Oh.
All right. That is it for Violent People Radio. Dan, thank you very much for fucking.
Hey Dan, what did you watch this week?
I thought that Tracy Williams versus LeBron Cozone was the only good match on the whole fucking 4-hour show.
That fucking sucked. Oh my god.
I was
What do you
like-
think of Abel Ferrara's guitar work?
Everyone's talking about how long AEW pay-per-views are. It's like, watch Produce, man.
Truly. Oh my god. What a show. All right. Well, thank you all very much for joining. And Chris, keep up the good work, brother. Bye.
Yeah.
Stop podcast.